Litigation cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people? Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a value bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
Good afternoon.
Ireland,
Best show on the radio. Hey, what's going on, people? Ireland, what happened while I was gone? Oh, no, you were gone, too.
He doesn't know.
I'm asking the wrong guy.
I was here more than you were.
Yeah.
You pulled the Chuck Booms. You actually took 2 days off before a vacation.
Let me tell you something. This vacation was one of the worst vacations I ever took because I was sick the entire time. I'm still getting over it.
We used to work with this guy who literally would take every Friday off, and they told him to stop doing it, and he just said, okay, and then he just would continue to take every Friday off.
No, it was ridiculous.
So I worked
what
those
happened
days.
while we were gone?
We had Momo. Marcus worked a lot. He worked on Thursday and Friday, once with CY, once with Momo.
Okay.
I thought we had some pretty good
shows.
shows.
By the way, I don't know if you know this, Ireland. I just found out this morning. But when somebody answers no questions correctly on Game of Games, it is officially the full Momo.
She did it?
She
Momo
lost everything.
on Friday
Whose game
in a
was it?
baseball game that Brian did.
It was
She
a
got
spring
zero.
training game,
how many,
too. She
how
loves
many,
spring training.
How many questions did you have roughly?
I think it was 9 or 10.
Yep.
So it's a Momo.
And she was trying to get him right. Like a lot of times.
Legitimately upset. And
When
also,
we're 0-6, we're like, okay, let's go for the miss everything. Momo was trying to avoid it down to the last question,
she
right?
was trying hard for she
That's
wanted
so
to
damn
get one
funny.
right. And Jacob and Ronnie actually won.
Oh, did he? That's
Jacob
great.
won, and Momo
What
got
a
the
day.
full Momo.
What
It
a
was
day.
amazing.
Good. That is a good day.
So I
You
want
have
to
those questions, Brian. Maybe later you can ask them, see if they can get them.
I think I got it somewhere.
I wanted to give a shout out to the Los Angeles Kings. I was hanging out with Luke Robitaille yesterday across the street.
Go, Kings, go!
At the LA Fire Relief event, and Luke looked at me and said, "That's what he said. He'll be on tomorrow." But
Who's the most famous person you met?
Rob McElhaney.
The guy that's Ryan
Always
Reynolds'
Sunny.
business partner.
Yeah, Always Sunny.
And, they own that Wrexham team.
Right. Well, welcome to Wrexham, all that stuff. Great guy. He's married to, and I didn't know this.
From
I
Always Sunny.
met her, and I was like, so I said, hey, Rob McElhaney, Steve Mason, ESPN. I talk a little bit, and she looks at me and says, I'm Chris. What is it?
Caitlin Olsen.
I'm Caitlin Olsen. I'm like, oh,
Wait,
nice.
One of the Olsen twins?
No. Caitlin Olsen is on Always Sunny with Rob McElhaney.
Right. And also was on Hacks, and also has a new show on ABC, and I'm like, I totally blanked. I had no idea who she was until long after. Will Ferrell's there. Snoop Dogg was there. Who else? Kobe Smulders was there. Big crowd.
Kobe Smulders is married to Taryn Killam, right?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, exactly. And it was all around a fantastic time. Congratulations to the LA Kings on a beautifully run event. And the entire place was filled with first responders. All the tickets.
Yeah,
went
they
to
didn't
first
sell
responders.
tickets. They just gave them all their first responders, which was kind of a cool twist.
It was really cool. I met our new police chief there, Jim McDonnell. Really cool guy.
Well, if you would have met the new fire chief, then you'd be right in the middle of all that trouble.
In the middle of that. It was
that was weird.
I originally thought it was the fire chief, and I'm like, but it was the police chief, so that was a normal meeting. Yeah, the Stafford thing's got me super bummed out.
Well, first of all, you're premature. They still could sign him. But I don't understand why you're not excited about the possibility of Aaron Rodgers.
I'll explain it. Coming up next, Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, time to tell you about Southern California Toyota dealers. Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? This is the coolest thing. There is nothing like taking your car in for service, and then when you go back to pick it up, you say, what do I owe you? Nothing. Zero. Toyota Care is a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal factory-scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. Basically, Toyota Care will keep your Toyota running like a Toyota. Explore Toyota's full lineup of vehicles. Find the best local offers today at Toyota.com for your next Toyota car, truck, or SUV. Visit your Southern California Toyota dealer or Toyota.com. We make it easy. Toyota. Let's go places.
It was a dominant win for the Lakers and dominant performance for Luka on Saturday night.
Here's Luka for three. Good.
Now Luka welcomes his former team to his new home in downtown L.A. The Lakers host the Mavericks tomorrow night.
Playing this game is what I love, so I'm just finally, being myself a little bit, so that's why I was smiling the whole game.
It's a Western Conference heavyweight showdown. Coverage of Lakers versus Mavs starts tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit NormandLegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit NormandLegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergatt.com.
National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you. With flexible online classes and career-focused resources, you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Empower your future today at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people? Why do they grill the order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins and fresh steamed vegetables. Right now, get a value bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
All right, so 7:10, the Lakers and BBGO teaming up to find the Lakers Gafote, the greatest fan of all time. You can enter by telling us your favorite Lakers memory, posting on social media. Got to follow at ESPN Los Angeles. Got to use hashtag Lakers Gafote. That's GOAT with an F in the middle. And hashtag promotion. I know that's a lot of directions, but this is the
well,
prizes
just drive
are
people to that
unbelievable.
website
Yeah.
because that explains everything. And candidly, this is, if not the nicest prize package we've ever given away. Greg, top 3 for sure. Maybe top 1.
This is right at the top.
So, I mean, you can win a pair of courtside seats. Just to let you guys know, courtside seats at Laker games go for more than $3,000 each.
Yep.
You also get a year's supply of BBGO. If Bergman and I won a year's supply of BBGO, we would be so fat.
No, I would
Those
explode
dumplings?
out of his shirt.
Yeah.
By the way, also round trip airfare for two-night hotel stay.
Because listen to this. If you live in England, South Korea, Germany, Japan, United Arab Emirates, Slovenia, or Brazil, all those countries are eligible.
Nice.
So it's not just the United States; it's those other countries too. So tell your friends, anybody. And by the way, I meet Laker fans obviously everywhere I go. There's so many people that are great candidates for this. So don't miss your chance to apply. You never know.
So go to LakersGafote.com for all the details.
And we'll get to the Lakers in a second because there's a lot to feel good about.
Oh,
but,
yes.
I don't understand why you, as the station's resident biggest Rams fan, for people that don't know, Mesa's biggest investment that he's ever made in anything, even more than the massage chair I made him buy, was our Rams season tickets.
Yes.
So you say, to me, it seems, now I'm on the outside looking in. You live and die with every game. If Matthew Stafford prices himself out and you get Aaron Rodgers, that's an even trade for me.
Yeah, I do not believe that's an even trade at all.
Why not?
Because I think you get all that Aaron Rodgers baggage. You get Aaron Rodgers walking into practices barefoot, team meetings barefoot. You got him disappearing, going to, where was he this last time? Egypt. He went to Egypt while the training, the early mini camp was going on. He forced the Jets into all kinds of moves. They went out and got Nathaniel Hackett.
But he wouldn't have
Allen.
that kind of power at the Rams.
How do you know?
Because the Rams wouldn't let him.
Would he not go somewhere where he had that power? Does he not want that power?
I don't think he carries that cachet anymore. I think it crashed and burned with the Jets, and now if he goes to another team, he's going to have to fall in line. And if he doesn't, the Rams would just release him.
Is Aaron Rodgers about team, or is he about Aaron Rodgers?
I wouldn't say he's not about team. I mean, he's had great success. I don't understand what you have against Aaron Rodgers, the player. I mean, off the field, yeah, he's weird. But on the field, on the field, he's good.
He's passed.
He's the same age as Aaron Rodgers.
You say 4 MVPs. The MVPs were a long time ago. The Super Bowl was a long time ago.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and Matthew Stafford, I saw almost beat Philly in the playoffs in a blizzard. I don't see Aaron Rodgers in that same spot with that level of success. And by the way, I think the face of the franchise should be somebody that everybody likes, not somebody who goes on McAfee and talks, you know what, for a half hour every week. I mean,
right.
really.
So how's that different from Kelly Stafford going on a podcast and saying that the Rams shouldn't trade Cooper Kupp?
Kelly, I mean, God bless her, doesn't really matter. And Matthew is the one that matters. And Matthew is about team. Matthew's about winning. So, I'm not.
I think Aaron Rodgers has won more games than Matthew Stafford has.
Of course he has, because Matthew Stafford played all those years in Detroit. Of course Aaron Rodgers had won more. But last year, Aaron Rodgers won 5? Does that sound right? 5?
No, I think they won. I think they finished like 7-10.
7-10?
I think.
In any event, not good. There are reports out in New York that Darren Rodgers intentionally destroyed the Jets.
I don't buy
That's
that.
the New York Post story.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Aaron Rodgers is he was a great quarterback early in his career.
They were 5-12?
5-12.
5-12. So a 5-win team. He led them to 5 wins last year. He is not the guy. I don't care, what anybody says. I will root for him if he winds up being the guy. But it will be a fatal mistake for the Rams if they don't find a way to keep Matthew Stafford.
I wouldn't use the word fatal.
Fatal.
It would be a downgrade, but I don't think that it's not like you
just acknowledged it's a downgrade.
Well, because
earlier you were saying they're just as good.
No, I do believe that they're just as good. But if you gave me a choice, like you said, okay, money's no object. Give me Stafford.
Yeah,
he's already entrenched the receivers. He's got a great relationship with Puka Nacua. But if you lose him, let's say Matthew Stafford goes to another team, goes to the Giants.
Yeah,
which is the rumor. I think Aaron Rodgers becomes your best option. I'd rather have Aaron Rodgers than Russell Wilson. I'd rather have him than Jimmy Garoppolo. Here's a hard one. Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields?
Oh.
What do you think, Greg?
Oh, I love
for 1
Justin
year.
Fields.
Aaron Rodgers or Justin Fields?
I would go with Aaron Rodgers for that 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, if it really is for 1 year, unless McVay sees Justin Fields and says, I can see the future, he's probably not the guy for 1 year.
See, for me, Aaron Rodgers belongs on a team that is like a team like the Raiders that are not contending just yet. If you're a contending team, I don't think you bring in Rodgers.
Would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or Derek Carr?
Rodgers.
Me too.
Yeah.
See, I think by default, he becomes your best option.
Yeah, I just think it'll be a terrible mistake for the Rams if they don't find a way to keep Matthew Stafford.
But
And by the way,
if Stafford insists on being paid $50 million, I don't think they can keep him.
They're under the cap.
Right, but if he's getting paid $50 million, then you got to take it away from somebody else.
Yeah, defense is very inexpensive. Puka Nacua doesn't have to be paid yet. You really have left tackle and quarterback to solve. You've got at left tackle, Alaric Jackson. You've got Stafford at quarterback. You bring those guys back at all costs. You were this far away.
Right.
You missed it by this much.
I think we were all in a text chain. I thought that when the Rams got it inside the 20 that they were going to beat the Eagles.
It felt done. It felt like it was absolutely happening. We'll find out. I don't know what the timetable is on this. The league season or the new year in the league starts on March the 12th. So nothing can happen until March the 12th. Although trades can be reported before then. They just don't become official.
Right. And they'll probably leak.
Yeah. So Saturday night was just a spectacular night for the Lakers. Wow. What has happened?
Okay.
How did this happen that
Obviously,
we all of a sudden became championship contenders?
All right. So I'm going to say this several times over the next few weeks to drive this point home. And it's important for Laker fans to understand this. If you listen to any national NBA expert, Brian Windhorst, Kendrick Perkins, Michael Wilbon, Bill Simmons, any of these guys, they will tell you the Lakers are not competing for a title this year. They will say that the Lakers are a year away. They've got to go through an offseason and go get a big man. They give the Lakers zero chance. I'm telling you, and I'm around these guys all the time, the players and the coaching staff, absolutely don't believe that, and it is fueling them.
Mm-hmm.
It is if you put J.J. Redick on a lie detector, and he said, and you asked him, can you run through the West and go back to the NBA Finals and win a championship this year, he would say absolutely, and he would pass. If you said the same thing, these guys, before that game in Denver, they treated that like a war. They use that word.
They use the word war. Actually, here is JJ's post-Denver speech.
This morning we talked about going to war. Be willing to die on the court. All right, I was so amped today. I should have been able to take a nap. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up till 5 a.m. I couldn't even nap today. Pre-game, I'm laying on the floor doing my breathing exercise. I'm envisioning what our team is going to play like. And you guys went even higher. You went even higher. And frankly, our conviction and our belief in the game plan, the bench was great. Everybody contributed. Luka, it's good to have you back. Yes, sir. It's good to have you back. First team all defense. team all defense. Rui, Vando, Doe, Bron, all you guys that were primarily, you were on 3 possessions, whatever. Everybody that was on Jokic was awesome tonight. That was great. Last thing. Talk all season long about our belief and our conviction, okay? Hope that was fun. If we play that hard for the rest of the regular season, we're going to be just fine. That should build your belief. It built my belief in what we can accomplish, all right? It was awesome. Let's go.
So I will tell you that he 100, whether you believe it or not, he 100% believes that.
Right.
And so does the coaching staff, and so do the players.
Yep.
And it is incredibly fun to watch.
Yeah.
These guys get told over and over by every national pundit, not your year, you don't have a big man, you're not good enough. And they go, really?
Yep.
So now they've taken out the Celtics, they've taken out the Knicks, they've taken out Denver, and the schedule's going to get a lot harder. Oklahoma City is really, really good.
Yeah.
They may be... It's the best team Oklahoma City's ever had, and they may be too good to knock out. But the Lakers believe that they can do it. And that, if you're a Laker fan, that's incredibly fun.
Hey, they are 2 games out of the 2.
Yeah. They are not scared of anybody.
Right.
And every day I turn on the TV, and it's somebody else saying, yeah.
One more move this summer.
Yeah, the roster construction's no good. LeBron's 40. Luka doesn't guard anybody. And they just sit there and go, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Watch us play. And they're defensively, last 15 games.
What they did with Jokic. They just blitzed him.
They did it to Karl Anthony Towns. They did it to James Harden.
Yeah.
They did it to Pascal Siakam.
Yeah.
They do it to somebody every game. Now, they may run into a buzzsaw because the way the NBA works is all the other teams are looking at this game tape, and now they're going to adjust. But I love this group. I love their fight. I love Redick. I just think they are... It's like, go ahead and doubt them.
Yeah.
It's fueling them.
Yeah.
It's great.
And by the way, Redick, how good does everybody feel about Redick as a head coach? I mean,
Well, think about this.
He's a rookie head coach. He is absolutely legit.
I've had relationships with every Laker coach since Phil Jackson, and they're all great guys, whether it be Mike Brown, Mike D'Antoni, Luke Walton, Byron Scott, Frank Vogel, Darvin Ham, you name it, all great guys. Every one of those guys said, I'm going to fix the defense.
Yep.
The only one who did it was Vogel. And now JJ is doing it too. And that's the difference.
Yep.
I was stunned at how confused Denver was when the Lakers started blitzing them. Because every time Jokic got the ball, Vanderbilt and Dorian Finney-Smith and Hachimura ran right at him. And he was like, his eyes like flew up and like, what is happening?
Yeah, they were like, Jokic is not going to beat us.
Right.
Jokic is not going to beat us. And you're
Jamal,
right.
Jamal Murray, Mace, the game before the All-Star break, dropped 55 in a game. The game before he played the Lakers, he dropped 34 with 7 threes. Against us, I think he had 16 points. He did nothing. So it's a very, very fun time to be a Laker fan. 3 great games this week. Tomorrow, Dallas in town. AD will be here. He's not going to play, but AD will be in the building. And Luka's return. It's the highest priced Laker kick of the year so far. Thursday, Minnesota with Ant comes in. And Friday, the first of 2 games against the Clippers. They play them Friday and Sunday. It's just the next 6 games are at Crypto. If you can get tickets, go.
Yeah.
It is incredibly fun right now.
Yeah.
Incredibly fun.
All right, coming up next, going to spin the wheel of questions. In the meantime, all right, team, it's game time. Are you ready to chumba? At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Play online social games anytime, anywhere, for free, no purchase necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo, solitaire, slots, so much more. With hundreds of games, you'll never run out of action. And here's the kicker. We're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, there's free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. That's what I call fun. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. So what are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up, take your shot, and let's chumba. Head to ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. Mason and Ireland, 710 ES.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Glazed you? You mean the act of wearing his shoes while doing an interview with him is not an act of glazing?
I mean, it's not the first time I've ever worn LeBron's shoes.
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Hey, it's DeFar. Is there a sporting event you always wanted to go to but never had time to plan? That's where Absolute Sport comes in. They handle everything, tickets, hotels, VIP access, so you can just live in the moment and enjoy the experience. And because of their trusted league and travel partnerships, they can get you the best deals and actually save you money. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your sports dream a reality.
Mom, I need to lay low for a few days.
Lay low? What's going on?
I only paid for this Hyundai Tucson.
Christopher Allen Lynch.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you want at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Right now, get 2.99% APR for 72 months on the Hyundai Tucson. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends March 3rd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
She stole $6 million from the award-winning podcast.
I'm Lacey Mosley.
A new true crime series.
They call me Scam Goddess. I'm going on a journey across America to dive into small-town swindles.
How can you not trust this local farm girl?
And big city cons.
He was pimping the congregation.
People say that would never happen to me. Never say never.
Scam Goddess. New episodes Thursdays. Stream on Hulu.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for?
What is this?
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, this was big news on Friday, I think.
Okay.
ESPN is getting out of the Major League Baseball business. They elected after this season not to renew their contract. Actually, it was a mutual decision.
MLB decided they wanted to go shop around.
Yeah. And so here's my question. Greg, who does that hurt more, ESPN or MLB?
So I think it hurts MLB more because we saw what happened with, I get the NHL and MLB are very, very different entities. But when NHL left ESPN, they kind of just disappeared. And they've started growing up back a little bit since they came back to ESPN. I think this actually hurts them because ESPN's going to be like, we're not going to talk about you then. And that's a problem for them.
Ryan, what do you think? Does it hurt baseball more or ESPN more?
I think it hurts baseball more, especially in the fact that, all the national games, Sunday night baseball, all those games where it's like if you live in L.A. and you can't watch the Dodgers, those are your chance to watch the Dodgers and all that stuff. So it's, I don't know. I think it hurts baseball more.
So, I think baseball just wants more money, and ESPN doesn't want to pay what
Yeah, they did. They're walking away from $500 million.
Right, and NBC, I read NBC is the front runner in the
stalking
clubhouse
horse?
because they've got NBC and then Peacock where they can stream games.
Well,
and
when I grew
Manfred
up,
is insistent that he wants to stream.
When I grew up in the 70s and 80s, that's where baseball was on NBC.
Well, if you think about it from NBC's perspective, then they will have NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball.
Right, and they can continue to grow Peacock. It's risky for Rob Manfred to do this, but Manfred's kind of on a winning streak lately. He's, he made all those changes last year that were great, and I think it's too soon to tell is the answer to the question. But if I had to answer it, I'd agree with Greg. I wouldn't. It's the ancillary stuff that they're going to miss. So,
baseball tonight.
Right. Well, and on top of that, and we all work at ESPN, so we know it's political. If you don't run baseball highlights till the fourth segment,
correct. It's not good for the game.
It's not top of mind. I've heard baseball people say to me all the time, all baseball is local.
Yeah.
Like the people,
It's true.
Like Dodger fans don't watch baseball unless the Dodgers are in it. So maybe that's what they're banking on too. But I think it's a bold move to walk away from ESPN.
But if they get more than $500 million, isn't it worth it?
Well, then they win.
Yeah, then they win.
But all the RSNs are all in trouble too, like Diamond Sports Group down in San Diego.
Yeah, all that stuff
that all
is a
went
mess.
under. All the RSNs are having trouble too. So that localness that you're talking about is gone.
Well, and from a Dodgers perspective, obviously, we're set.
Right, we are. But also, like, do you like watching the Apple TV broadcast? I'm not a big fan of it.
It's hard to find.
I thought it was okay. That they're trying a whole bunch of new stuff.
It was better this last year than it was the year prior, but it still isn't great.
Well, the other thing you got to think about too, Greg, is that baseball's audience is older.
Yeah.
And like my mom, if I told my mom the game is on Apple TV, she can't figure that out.
No.
Right.
But
NBC, you can. If
Right.
Sunday Night Baseball is on NBC, that's a pretty good deal.
I mean, can you find Peacock pretty easily? Because I have to watch
Well,
UCLA basketball games on Peacock all the time, and that's hard.
You can because Peacock has NFL playoff games.
Right.
So that's how everybody knows how to
By the
find
way,
it.
it also has all your stuff. All your Bravo Universe business is on Peacock.
Yeah, I never have an issue with Peacock.
When I walk into the bedroom, I always know Juan was there because it's on Peacock. It's on Peacock because he was watching Crazy Ladies from Salt Lake or whatever. Is that what it's called?
Hey, Salt Lake is the best Housewives franchise of all time.
That's what he says
All
as well.
time.
He says Salt Lake is
Those
hilarious.
women are you-know-what crazy.
You're not in on Trader.
Not yet.
Traders.
Yeah, but I will because I like Alan Cumming.
We are so into this.
Oh, it's so good.
It
You
is
watch it
so
too,
good.
Brian.
Yeah, it's so good.
So what?
all the way
This is
in.
like the third season of it,
third
right?
U.S. season.
But
There's
you
a
don't
couple
need to
of
watch
other
the first
UK
two
I can
seasons.
just pick it up.
Yeah,
you can
pick
just
it up.
watch this one, and you'll catch up. Once you start watching, you'll be like, all right, I'm going to keep watching.
anyone
Because
watching-
2 people leave per show.
Yeah.
Is anyone watching Paradise?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I started
Okay,
that.
Lisa just started watching it.
It is really good.
Okay, you're into it.
Yeah, really
it didn't
good.
take for me. I watched the pilot. Maybe I'll give it another shot.
I thought Sterling K. Brown is terrific. Julianne Nicholson's really good in it. There is an episode that I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. There's some twists in that thing. So I really like that one. And then you're not in on Cobra Kai, are you?
No.
Bergman's watched all of Cobra Kai.
Oh, I'm done. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
it was
is it
everything
over?
that. Yeah, it's over. It's
I've
over.
got 2 episodes left. I'm really excited to see
Oh,
how
you're
it
on the
turns
last
out.
2? That's
Yeah.
the best too.
What network is that on?
That's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay.
So the Taikai Saikai is the big tournament that everybody's competing in. Taikai Saikai.
Taikai Saikai.
And I was so envious of Kevin Burkhardt and Ryan Clark because they actually got to do the analysis, introduction work, all that stuff at the Taikai Saikai on Cobra Kai. It was a really cool gig.
I mean, the whole thing, it's so stupidly entertaining that I love it.
Yeah,
Right,
it's a
and by the
really
way,
dumb show.
This week on Netflix, Running Point comes out, which is the show that's loose. Mindy Kaling created it. It is loosely based on Jeannie Buss and Linda Rambis and how they have been in the background running the Lakers.
Isn't Jeannie like the executive producer of it?
She could be.
I think she is.
Kate Hudson is in the Jeannie role, and Brenda Song's in the Linda role, and it comes out, I think, Thursday.
Have you seen
it? Is it weekly, or is it going to be all dropped into one?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, is
I'll
it
find
Netflix?
Out. The producers, the guys, they hired me to do the basketball scene, so you'll hear my voice in it.
Which is awesome.
But Dave, the producer, who's a really good dude, used to work on Jim Rome's show like years and years ago. I think Travis knows him. All those guys are coming to the game on Thursday, so I can find out more. And we're working on trying to get Kate Hudson. I don't know if she'll do it. If we can't get her this week, we'll probably get her later in the season. But I've seen, I don't know, probably 20 scenes, and all of them are really good. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. By the way, Netflix drops everything at once.
Well, no, Love Is Blind is not. That's why I asked.
Oh, is that right?
So they dropped 6, then they dropped 3, and now they're going 1,
I
1,
think
1,
it's
1,
lame,
1.
by the way, to drop everything at once.
I love it.
You like everything at once?
Yes.
Look, every week.
Wait a minute. Why wouldn't you want everything at once? And then if you want to watch one a week, you can. But why not have the option?
Well, because here's the thing. Look at Traders. Each week we come in and talk about who got voted off and who got banished and all that stuff because we're waiting for it for this next week. And we're waiting now for Thursday for the next episode to see who gets booted off. To me, it increases the amount of like water cooler talk, people around the office talking. When you drop it all at once, like you finished Cobra Kai,
Yeah, I love it.
I've got 2 episodes left. We can't talk about it.
So I'm actually, to your point, I'm changing my schedule on Thursday so that I can go home to watch Trailers. I'm not going to go to Lakers Clippers because I want to watch.
I think that's Lakers Wolves that night.
Is it Lakers
on Friday? Yeah, I think. I'll look it up.
Yeah. So don't you think that makes it better, the fact that you can talk about it all week long?
Well, but you still could.
Oh, it is Lakers Wolves on Thursday. You're right.
White Lotus is dropping 1 episode a week. I don't like
Severance
is dropping 1 episode a week. No, it becomes a big buildup. I'm excited for it, and I talk about it in the meantime.
You want it for content. You want it not for yourself.
I love the content. Exactly. Love the content. All right. It's Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We're reacting to the Kings win over Utah. The Lakers win over Denver. Thanks to Michelob Ultra. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. All right. It is sports graffiti time. So whatever you got
to talk about,
if you are as excited about the Lakers as we are, if you have a take on what you saw from Luka Saturday night, if you were at the Kings fire relief game yesterday, maybe you got a reaction to that. You've got Matthew Stafford potentially being traded by the Rams, Aaron Rodgers potentially being the quarterback for LA next year. Ugh. We will take your calls, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. You get about 20 seconds to say whatever it is you want, and we will do it next. Mason and Ireland, 710-ESPN.
The Kings returned from the 2-week break and earned a hard-fought win over Utah, thanks to veterans Drew Doughty and Trevor Lewis.
Rebound around the wall for Fiala right wing. Steps up top.
The Kings returned from the 2-week break and earned a hard-fought win over Utah, thanks to veterans Drew Doughty and Trevor Lewis.
Rebound around the wall for Fiala right wing. Steps up top. Fiala, soft pass to the middle. Doughty winds and scores! Drew Doughty with a blast from the blue line. And Drew is on the board in 2025. Right wing, thinks the blue line. Spence, one-timer, kick save, rebound, score!
Tonight, the Kings return to action against a Pacific Division rival. It's the Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. Tonight at 7:30 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
No one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by Premier Physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
If you've been thinking about selling your home and you've heard about Seller's Advantage on the radio or seen them around town, you might be skeptical, wondering if they're just another shady company trying to take advantage. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes from sellers in Southern California for over 20 years. They hold an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and there's a reason they have some of the best reviews in town. Seller's Advantage will make you a competitive cash offer that can match what you'd end up with paying for after expensive repairs and agent commissions without the hassle of listing your home. Plus, they take pride in buying on your terms. If you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-2747 or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, sports graffiti time. So much going on. Actually, no lines open right now, but one will free up, 877-710-ESPN.
All right, here we go. Chris, you're leading off. Sports graffiti. Chris, go.
Okay, I'm going to start with something kind of controversial. Okay. Doris Burke. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, Doris Burke, to me, she's great at what she does, but she sucks the air out of the room, has no charisma. I'd rather see Ramona. Yeah, and the other thing is a new show on Netflix, Day Zero, with Robert De Niro. It's really good.
Yeah, I looked at the trailer for that last
Chris,
night.
Could not disagree with you more about Doris Burke.
Yeah, me either. I love Doris.
I think I learn something every time I watch a game, and she's doing it.
So smart.
And by the way, off the court, off the air, treats everybody fantastic.
And by the way, don't disagree that Ramona would be terrific. Great energy, big personality.
Laker Mike. Hey, Laker Mike, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
For years, you heard me give the state of the Lakers, and I haven't given the state of the Lakers, but I'm coming in from Las Vegas and for Tuesday night's game.
Nice.
And J.J. Redick has gone from, I don't know about that, to he's the man. And Jeannie went from, geez, I don't know, maybe the other bus was better, but no, I'm waving that finger. That was a statement game against Denver, and that was all about the coach and the staff and the game plan. So I am hyped like it was a playoff game a la Shaq and Kobe. I'm ready, guys. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I will see you there.
All right. Yeah.
So it's
he's
funny.
He's very excited, clearly.
So I'm in Denver, and we do the games from pretty high up in Denver.
Yeah.
And so the game's over, and I go to get in the elevator to go down to where the bus is, and there's a guy wearing a Laker jersey, and we walk into the elevator, and I just making conversation. I go, boy, they look great, didn't they? And he looks at me, he goes, within the last 2 weeks, we've lost to Utah and Charlotte. Slow your roll.
Well,
I'm not slowing my roll.
I'm not slowing mine either. I'm super excited.
Ben, you're on Sports Graffiti. Ben, go.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
First time call, long time listener. Y'all the number one show. There's no one else like you guys. You guys are number one.
Thanks, man.
Two things I want to talk about. That whole your phone is listening to you thing. You know, that is true. So pretty much whenever you download these apps, Facebook, Instagram, all of that, you give it permission to listen to you. So you have to go into your settings. If you have an iPhone, go into your settings, and then you pretty much disable.
I didn't know that. You can disallow your phone from listening to you.
Oh, wow. Why doesn't everybody do that?
For each app. So you disable it, and it'll stop listening to you, and things will stop popping up unless you start looking it up online. Then they'll start picking it up where you're looking.
All right, thanks for the tip, man. That's a good tip.
Second thing, long time listener, I've always wondered whatever happened to that guy that answered puppy. Did you ever get in trouble, Mason, for that? Did you have to give out the tickets, or what happened?
I don't know what he's talking about. Do you?
Do you remember
a caller said that he just answered? You said you just have to answer a question. It was for Fifth Row Fridays, and he said puppies
he said puppy.
for.
No, he did.
Yeah,
that was not a winner
because of the wording.
Yeah, that was not a winner.
All right, here's Sean. Hey, Sean, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon. You guys are the best. Don't believe anything that Morales says about you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to say, hey, guys, I am so excited about this Laker team. Putting them together the way they are. I always say you don't know a team's chemistry until January. They built that chemistry, and now we switched everything around. And then I saw them on Saturday, it doesn't seem like they're going to have to wait that long. They seem like they got it out there. I'm just so excited for this team. You guys are the best. I appreciate everything you guys do.
All right, Thanks, Sean. See ya. Here's Jimbo. Hey, Jimbo, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
You're the Raiders. You have capital and you have cap space. Do you throw it for Matthew Stafford? Or do you just wait and try to throw it at Sam Darnold and free agency and keep your capital and see what Chip Kelly can do with him?
As a former recovering Raider fan, I would not want Matthew Stafford on the Raiders because the Raiders need a long-term solution. Their Raiders aren't winning the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, but how many years? I mean, again, we live in a league where quarterbacks play till they're late. What's Stafford? 38. 38.
Yeah, Brady played till what, 45?
45. I mean, Matthew Stafford hasn't lost a lot. I mean, he played really well last year. So, but in terms of the Raiders, I don't think they're ready to compete, and I think they want a guy that's more developed. I think they'd do better with Justin Fields.
If they could, for the long term, yes, but they have a lot of money. I think they have
they do have
70 some 80
like
$90 million.
Yeah, under
so
the
they got a lot of
cap
money. So if you put that money into an actual quarterback, John, and then you could get ancillary pieces around it, he can make guys better.
The hard question for the
Raiders,
and
with Pete too.
Yeah, the hard question for the Raiders is, should they trade Max Crosby and get a boatload of picks?
Nope.
Because, well, Greg, listen.
You didn't want this to happen with Khalil Mack.
But back then, I thought the Raiders had a chance to compete. I don't. I don't think the Raiders can win the Super Bowl with or without Max Crosby next year. So, if that's the case, why not load up?
Because he wants to stay now. Now that Pete's here, he is very much all on board with Pete. And also, he's a once-in-a-lifetime type of guy.
I agree.
You don't trade that guy. Also, Khalil Mack says he would welcome a return to the Raiders.
Yeah, but
I would take him.
I'll say this, too, I think the Raiders... I would not bet against Pete Carroll.
Yeah,
I would not bet against.
Yeah,
I love Pete. They made the right hire.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing. Albert, you're on Sports Graffiti. Albert, go.
Yes, I'm very excited about the Laker win. And JJ Redick was talking about how he was preparing for war and couldn't sleep. I want to know if it's too much to ask to have that same energy for every game.
Well, you can ask for the energy every game. Whether or not they can do it, is it like tonight, for example?
Yep.
Or tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
We start a stretch where we play 6 games in 10 days. There's a stretch in March where we play 7 games in 9 days.
Whoa! That's not right.
Part of that is a fire makeup situation.
Damn, 7 games in 9 days?
So I don't know if – I think there's going to be some bumps in the road here. But like I said earlier, and I'm going to keep beating this drum, every time you hear somebody say the Lakers are a year away, they can't do it, they don't have any size, and by the way, this is something that Michael Wilbon and Kendrick Perkins repeat every day, that the Lakers can't win a title the way they're currently constructed. Frank Isola, all these dudes. The Lakers just hear that and go, all right, watch us.
Yeah.
They do not believe what the common theory is. Here's Brian. Hey, Brian, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon, guys. Hey, Mace, be honest. When you text Greg at 2 a.m., was that a delayed text from your iPhone, or did you really text him at 2 a.m.? And also, what do you think of that cameo appearance during Cobra Kai, that person that really, really likes you?
Oh, I know who he's talking about.
Who's he talking about?
He's talking about Jesse Spano.
Oh,
Elizabeth
right,
Berkley.
Right.
Yeah. She was in Cobra Kai?
Yeah, for an episode.
Just for an episode. Okay. I'll say this. How did they know I texted at 2 a.m.?
Because I said I got a text from Mason at 2:41 in the morning.
Yeah, I wanted to give you as much heads up as I could. And when I went to bed, I was like, bad. And then I woke up at 2 a.m. and I took NyQuil. And before I took the NyQuil, I texted you.
In the future, if you could send me that text before you go to bed so I have time
right,
to
but I
get that all
I didn't
Just
know
because
before.
you text me at 2 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning,
but
I don't get it
You don't
until
play hurt. So if you're hurting, you should just tell Greg you're hurting.
Right.
Yeah, but
if
but
you told me the night
honestly,
before, hey, I'm really sick.
Can I tell you, I was like watching TV that night, and all of a sudden it started to come on. And I thought, all right, well, it's just a little cold. I'm going to work tomorrow. Then I woke up. I'm like hacking and snotty and all that stuff. And I'm like, I better text Greg and give him a little bit of a heads up.
I appreciate it. I then don't see it until I wake up.
Right.
And then I can't text people at 6 o'clock in the morning
right.
to ask them to fill in.
So how would
I better
handle this in the future?
The minute the cold came on, you should have said I'm
so
out.
10 o'clock at night, I should text you and say, even if I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, because if you have any type of an ailment, you're out. So you should just tell him, I've got an ailment.
Yeah.
And then he can adjust.
Right.
Like,
I think it's funny that you announced that it was at 2 a.m.
Well, yeah, of course I'm going to. If you text me that, I'm going to
There are very
say
few
the
things
time.
we don't announce
Right.
around here. Here's Chase. Hey, Chase, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, Mason Ireland.
Hey.
Big fan.
Thank you, man.
Unfortunately, I'm a Cowboy fan. I got a trade scenario for you guys. Let's
All
go
right.
back about a month.
Lay it on us.
Would you guys do this? Sean McVay to Dallas and Micah Parsons to the Rams.
Wow, is that interesting?
Straight up, accept the premise.
Yeah.
We're gonna accept the premise.
That is so interesting. I'll tell you what. I would say no because I love McVay, but that is close.
I would say no because it is McVay and because I've seen, basically a third of the league is like all his people.
It's not a shake your head and say no. Zero chance.
I would consider that.
That's actually a fair trade for both teams.
It's an interesting idea.
Greg, who wins that trade?
I think the Cowboys win that trade.
I do too.
Because
Micah
McVay's
Parsons
30.
is really good.
But McVay's like 38 and if he actually stayed in coaching,
Brian,
he's got like 40
trade?
years.
Yeah, whoever ends up with McVay, I feel like wins the trade.
I think
well,
so
on
too.
one hand, you would think a player can impact the game more than a coach, but on the other hand, McVay can hang around for another 20 years. Micah Parsons can't.
Yeah, that's true.
But that is an excellent premise, Chase.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, Chase, who do you think wins that trade?
Honestly, I feel like whoever gets McVay, I love Micah, but I feel like McVay is just incredible,
Yeah. I think we're unanimous in that, right? We would all take McVay in that trade.
Yeah.
Well,
would you, Ireland?
I would take McVay. The person who ends up with McVay, but it's close.
Yeah, it gives you
It's
pause.
not like
it gives you pause.
If you would have said Dak Prescott for McVay, I'd say hell no.
No.
But Micah Parsons,
Yeah,
top 3
worth
defensive
the
player in the
conversation,
league.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. Here's Daniel. Hey, Daniel, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, John, I have a question for you, John.
Yes, sir.
You used to talk a lot about the Lakers with Kobe and Powell, and you said Powell was leaps and bounds the best number 2 player in the NBA.
Right. What I used to say, Daniel, was when he was in Memphis, he was the 1, and they were 0-12 in the playoffs. When he became the 2, he was so much better than everybody else's 2.
Yeah.
He landed in that area. But what was your question?
So I got a question. Who's the Lakers' number 2 now? Is it LeBron?
It's LeBron.
Is it Luka?
It's LeBron, and LeBron would tell you that.
Does any team have a number 2 that comes close to what the Lakers have?
No,
I know
but
I was watching the game the other night, and there was times where it was either LeBron for a period of time on the court by himself or Luka on the court by himself for a period of time, and they didn't seem like they were skipping a beat.
Right.
And I know they ain't the Lakers with Kobe and Powell, but I think we're onto something over here. I'll let you go ahead and respond. And thank you, guys. I love your show. Have a good day.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I think that the Lakers now have the best duo in the league, but there are other teams that have double all-stars.
Right, sure.
Like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
And Kyrie Irving and Klay Thompson. Yeah, there's a lot of places that, I mean, at the start of the season, a lot of people would have said Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey.
Sure,
but
and
Embiid
look at that.
went down.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of teams that have a two-headed monster. The Lakers have the one everyone wants.
But there is no – I mean, JJ actually said over the weekend that the offense runs through Luka.
Right.
And that makes total sense. In fact, if you look at – are we going to pivot out of this? Yeah, let's pivot out of this. If you look at the usage rate just for that game, Luka 36%, LeBron 28%, and Austin 23%.
The amazing thing, and this is something the Lakers now can use, is you can't speed Luka up. He's slow and he's methodical.
He is.
But he plays at his own pace, and you can't stop him. I mean, he's just dribbling, and he'll back you down, and he'll do those crazy moves. Now, LeBron plays 100 miles an hour.
Yes.
So the end result is, in a playoff series, if you want to play fast, the Lakers will play fast. If you want to play slow, we got Luka.
Yeah,
We're happy to play slow. So Luka provides a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it's just I
can't believe they got him.
By the way, that's what I thought. I was watching the game Saturday night, and I'm like, how the F did we get Luka Doncic?
For Laker fans to put this in perspective, this would be the equivalent of the Lakers trading Kobe when he was 25.
Yeah.
That's Luka in the NBA. Imagine if the Lakers would have traded Kobe when he was 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had his first 3 titles, but he didn't. I mean, he won 2 more without Shaq.
Yeah.
So the fact that Luka and LeBron are together, and it's going to lighten the load. You talked about usage rate.
Yep.
I think it may keep LeBron around for an extra year or two.
I think you're right. I mean, I think he's going to be fresher for the postseason, and it may buy him another season. All right, coming up next for you, let me see. Let's talk about the Gafote. So ESPN LA, the Lakers, and BBGO teaming up to find the Lakers Gafote, the greatest fan of all time. Enter by telling us your favorite Lakers memory, posting to social media. Here's the easy thing. Go to LakersGafoat.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com. For all of the details, you'll find out exactly how to win. The prize is unbelievable. Courtside seats, round-trip airfare for two-night hotel stay, tour of the Mason and Ireland show, the biggest prize of all on the list. You get to go see the Lakers practice facilities, and you get a 1-year supply of BB Go, which is fantastic. So all that stuff, go to LakersGafoat.com. That's LakersGFOAT.com. All right, coming up next for you, I don't know if you saw this or not. Last night, Tim Chalamet, I call him Tim, won an award and gave a SAG award. Gave a really interesting speech I want to play for you because he's got a very sports mentality. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about my friends at Cosm. If you have not been to Cosm yet, damn, you're missing it. I am telling you, you can see all of your favorite games and have a unique, unbelievable viewing experience on these enormous, high-resolution wraparound displays. It's called immersive reality. You're in it. NBA, NHL, college basketball, Premier League. The most passionate fans in L.A. Have all come out to experience the Dome. You got to do it, too. Plus, there is, on top of that, shows like Cirque du Soleil. The O Show is there. Also, Orbital, which is this really cool show, original programming. It is perfect for family outings, a unique date. Don't forget the deck on the 3rd floor. Cosm has got this panoramic rooftop bar with amazing views. It overlooks SoFi, overlooks Steve Ballmer's building. And then inside the hall at Cosm, wall-to-wall live multi-view sports so you can watch every big game all at once. Food so good, handcrafted cocktails, ice-cold beers. I'm telling you, you got to get yourself to Cosm. Get your tickets now, Cosm.com. That's COSM.com, Cosm.com. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
What's up, Laker fans? This is Andy Kamenetsky. Be sure to check out Lakers Talk tonight, 6 to 7 p.m. Saturday night, the Lakers took down the Nuggets in Denver. Luka Doncic looked like a superstar, and the defense took Nikola Jokic completely out of the game. Can Luka go supernova again tomorrow night against a Dallas Mavericks team that traded him out of nowhere and his message that he's too fat and lazy for a Supermax? I guarantee he's going to try. That's all coming up on Lakers Talk, 6 to 7 p.m. ESPN LA 710.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you. With flexible online classes and career-focused resources, you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Empower your future today at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Are you the greatest Laker fan of all time? Enter to win, and you could be named the Lakers Gafoat. That's right, Gafoat. The winner will receive the ultimate fan package, including courtside seats, exclusive experiences, Lakers swag, and BB Go for a year. For all the contest information, visit LakersGFOAT.com.
How to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game. avnergat.com.
Madame Giselle senses a change in your future.
Is it a promotion?
I see a door opening.
Ooh, to a corner office?
There's a creature. Beady eyes, lots of hair.
Is it my boss, Dave?
No, raccoons everywhere. Your RV door is open, and they're chewing everything.
Not a problem. I'm covered by Progressive. Do you see a bigger paycheck?
Customize your coverage with Progressive's Pest Damage Protection and be prepared for the unexpected. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pest damage protection available for RVs less than 6 years old. $250 deductible applies to any claim.
This ESPN Radio Black History Month moment is brought to you by National University.
Considered one of the best defensive players in NBA history, Bill Russell led the Boston Celtics to 11 championships and won 5 MVPs. In 1966, he became the first black coach in NBA history when he became the Celtics player coach. He led Boston to back-to-back titles in 1968 and 69. He was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 1975.
Built for the dreamers and doers and history makers. Start your journey at nu.edu.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
Tell you what, this is a happy-ass show.
I was going to say, our show's always happy.
It is happy. We go for happy. So, Ireland, I love a good award show. There was nothing on TV last night, so I watched the SAG Awards.
It was on Netflix. You know, I've had a crush on Kristen Bell since, like, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Right.
But
she hosted. She did a really nice job.
Yeah, I found it hard to find just because I was like, wait a minute. I was like looking through my guide. Where's the SAG Awards?
Yeah.
And
no, on Netflix.
I think it's the second year they've done them on Netflix, right?
And and it was a good night for a movie called Conclave, won Best Ensemble, which is a big deal.
Have you seen that movie?
I have. It's good. It's on Peacock, as a matter of fact.
Fiennes,
Ray
right?
Fiennes, John Lithgow.
And Stanley Tucci. Right?
Terrific in it. But last night, the winner of Best Actor was Timothée Chalamet for Complete Unknown. He played Bob Dylan. I want to play a portion of his speech because he really nails it, I think.
I can't downplay the significance of this award because it means the most to me. And I know we're in a subjective business, but the truth is I'm really in pursuit of greatness. I know people don't usually talk like that, but I want to be one of the greats. I'm inspired by the greats. I'm inspired by the greats here tonight. I'm as inspired by Daniel Day-Lewis, Marlon Brando, and Viola Davis as I am by Michael Jordan and Michael Phelps, and I want to be up there. So I'm deeply grateful to that. This doesn't signify that, but it's a little more fuel. It's a little more ammo to keep going. Thank you so much.
I just think Chalamet gets it.
He does get it.
Yeah.
He does get it.
I mean, every time he's involved in something, you know. You and I haven't talked about SNL.
Oh, SNL!
You know, they
so
love
good.
them. I had a long exchange with our buddy Jeff Blake, who works on SNL.
Yeah.
I consumed all of that content.
Yes.
I watched the concert show.
I watched the
four
documentaries.
documentaries. I watched the live show.
Yep.
I was in Idaho when that was going on.
Oh, it's so good.
I just thought they absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, they really did. I thought, what was your highlight of the live show?
Of the anniversary
special? The actual anniversary special.
I thought when Eddie Murphy imitated Tracy Morgan on Black Jeopardy,
so funny.
Right next to Jason Morgan, I'll see it.
Yeah, exactly.
I also loved. I thought Weekend Update was great.
I thought
my new favorite bit. I don't know. I don't even think we can play this because it's so offensive.
Oh, is
in
this
2025? Is when Michael Che and Colin Jost write jokes for each other.
Oh, my God.
And they have to read them. And all the jokes that Che makes Colin Jost read are racist.
Yes.
And Jost is so uncomfortable reading them.
It's so funny.
I'll send you, during this next commercial break, I'll send you 1 minute that I sent to Michael.
Okay.
That I thought was so funny. Michael and I both thought it was hilarious. And you tell me if we can play it on the air. It played on NBC.
It aired on NBC. Right, Bergman? If it airs on NBC,
but Greg,
can
all
air
of you
here.
come in and you can hear it. It's
I've probably
so
heard it.
funny. But it is so offensive.
Yeah.
But that's why it's funny.
That's exactly right.
I just think, but I think now the culture's kind of shifting back. There was in the middle of Me Too and during the last administration, you couldn't say anything. These guys don't care. So maybe we can get away with it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll
see.
We'll see.
I'll play for you during the break.
We'll play it. By the way, for me, Will Ferrell with Anna Gasteyer was the highlight, and the highlight of that sketch with the piano, was when they.
Well, that was at the concert.
No, they did it on the live show. Yeah, Anna Gasteyer and Will Ferrell did it in the live show.
In the concert, they got a standing ovation when they played "Ain't Like Us" or "Not Like Us."
Not Like Us. I thought that was on the live show.
No, that was in the 3-hour concert.
Well, that's funny as hell.
And it stole the night.
A minor.
I actually thought when they did the concert, I thought Jimmy Fallon's Blues Brothers number that they opened with was
good.
Great.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus is always great.
She's always good. She always seems like she's having the most fun.
Well, what Jeff told me, our buddy that works on that show, is when you get a double threat, those are the people that Lorne Michaels and SNL love. For example, Justin Timberlake can host and be the musical guest. Miley Cyrus can host and be the musical guest. They love Ariana Grande because they can put her in any sketch.
In 2 weeks, it's Gaga.
Right.
She's a musical guest and host. Yeah.
So, by the way, when it comes to the Michael Che jokes, this is my official statement.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
You know what they'll say about you, Greg.
And that's a final.
Right. So we're going to just stay away from it just because.
No. Well,
I'm pretty sure I will listen to it yesterday.
Listen to it and then decide.
I know the jokes.
Have an open mind. Have an open mind,
and it's
Greg.
not us saying it. It is Colin Joe saying it.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
It's NBC saying it. All right, Woj is doing something. Did you see what he's doing?
No.
Oh, my God, it's ridiculous. We'll do it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps you find all the qualified candidates for all your roles fast. And right now, you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter's matching technology quickly finds and sends you the most qualified people for your roles. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. So speed up your hiring process with ZipRecruiter. Again, go to that website. You can use it for free. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
It was a dominant win for the Lakers and dominant performance for Luka on Saturday night.
Here's Luka for 3. Good.
Now Luka welcomes his former team to his new home in downtown L.A. The Lakers host the Mavericks tomorrow night.
Playing this game is what I love, so I'm just finally, being myself a little bit, so that's why I was smiling the whole game.
It's a Western Conference heavyweight showdown. Coverage of Lakers versus Mavs starts tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. on 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
ESPN LA and Beverly Hills Orthodontics are teaming up because we want to know who's smiling in SoCal. Go to ESPNLA.com and nominate who you think is making LA a better place. This can be a mentor, a teacher, a coach, a good Samaritan, a youngster who brightens your day. Tell us who's smiling and you could win some awesome prizes like sweet tickets from ESPN LA, Sonic Care electric toothbrushes, whitening treatment, and a grand prize of Invisalign from Beverly Hills Ortho. Enter now at ESPNLA.com and remember you're always smiling at Beverly Hills Orthodontics.
So Mark Reel from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
I'm Grant, and I'm your new bachelor.
ABC Mondays.
Is this real? Is he real?
The Bachelor is back, and the ladies are head over heels.
Tall, handsome, smart. He's perfect.
It's an all-new season of romance.
I'm 110% 10%. Ready to fall in love. My love story is gonna happen.
And of course, drama.
These other girls are dating my boyfriend. You act like you don't care. He knows how I feel.
I did not know how hard this would be.
The Bachelor, Mondays 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Welcome to TGL presented by SoFi, golf's newest league. It's sharp and it's electric. How is it sharp? How is it electric? Good questions. Try this on for size. 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime, forcing, playoffs on the line, golf. With 24 of the best players from the PGA Tour. Split into 6 teams. Atlanta, Boston, Jupiter, LA, New York, and the Bay. This isn't your average Sunday pickup game. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Only on ESPN. Keep up. It's golf.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Seems so proud about having.
Is it Chalamet or is it Dylan?
Hold on. That's Chalamet.
Chalamet, yeah. But it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Because Dylan is a little more pronounced. But
He
not
says
much.
he worked 5.5 years getting ready for that. Learned to play the guitar, took singing lessons, all that stuff to play Bob Dylan. It paid off. You would love the movie.
I think he's the best young actor in Hollywood today. I
No
think
question.
that he's like what Tom Cruise was when he was making Taps and, Risky Business.
Right.
And all
Well, I
those
mean, this
movies.
year alone, in a row, he had Wonka, Dune 2, and
the
Complete
Dylan
Unknown,
movie.
and the
Yeah.
Dylan movie, which is amazing. So, John, we cannot, according to Greg Bergman, he
Well, he's on
laid down the
vacation
law.
next week. It's next week you're going?
No, I'm not on vacation.
Oh.
I'm here. I'm just stepping out of the studio.
Okay, so we'll do it when Greg's not here one day. It's
Also, I just feel like those jokes you can find on YouTube and also a bunch of white guys playing those jokes, probably not the best idea.
Might have a point.
Maybe. Maybe you got a point.
All right,
It's very
let
funny.
DeMarco play him.
Do the joke
Sure.
that somebody texted you.
No.
You can't do the one about...
You can. You want me to give it to you?
I don't think that one's offensive.
Okay, I'll
You
give
would
it
probably
to
be
you.
more scared of that one.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You're afraid of
I'm
those
totally
people.
not. All right, here we go. Weekend update. Tom Cruise
From Bill Nuss, one of our listeners.
Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman announced they're getting a divorce. The couple plans to return their 2 children to the prop department at Universal Studios.
The reason
love
I'm not
that
crazy
joke.
about that joke is I hate making fun of kids.
Well, I don't think it's not really about the kids, or is it? I guess it is kind of.
What else would it be about?
Jeez. It's more about them than it is the kids, isn't it?
Yeah. But it affects the kids.
Yes. All right. It's Michelob.
You teased something good.
Yeah, it's
Wait.
Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We react to the Kings win over Utah. That was on Saturday, and the Lakers win over Denver also on Saturday. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. Only worth it if you enjoy it. All right. So, what did I tease? What did I tease?
Did you tease Chalamet and you already played that? Maybe that's why.
Maybe that's what. Greg, what was my tease? Any idea?
Somebody will tell
Sure.
us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Tell me. And so I was out in the desert, and I was in Desert Hot Springs, and I saw the worst name ever for a dispensary. Worst name ever.
Okay, what is it?
It's called the Coffee Shop, but it's COUGH. Coffee Shop.
Well,
I
the
think
reason
that's terrible.
The reason why the reason why it kind of works,
Yeah.
Brian, is if your boss or your wife or your parents ask you, "Hey, where are you going this afternoon?" I'm going to the coffee shop.
Yeah. It's kind of like Eric Braverman, our friend who's over with the Dodgers,
Right.
has a bar in West Hollywood called Gym. And so
GYM.
GYM. So you can say, "Where are you going?" I'm going to the gym.
There you go.
It's a good excuse.
Perfect.
All right, Woj. There you go. So
That's what it was.
Gene Wojciechowski, who has
Wait, no,
become
hold on.
Gene Wojciechowski.
Adrian Wojciechowski
Adrian.
is Woj.
Who's Gene Wojciechowski?
Gene Wojciechowski is the guy who worked on ESPN.
There you go. Okay,
All right.
so Woj, we'll just go with Woj, is doing something unique. He is auctioning off the phones that he used for his biggest tweets, including the night the NBA suspended the season due to COVID.
Now, I have a question for clarification.
Yes.
Does the phone contain his address book, all the people he had in his phone?
This is what I said, yes.
If it does, I would bid on it.
It's a killer Rolodex.
Right. It's probably got the numbers of every NBA person known to man. But
I
if it's
have-
just the phone and he's taking all the contacts out, I'm probably not going
I think
for it.
he's wiping the phones.
Yeah, so what's the point of getting an iPhone
Why
from Woj?
get a Woj iPhone that is wiped?
Now, here's the real question. What would be the first thing you would look for on his iPhone?
If we got the full
Yeah,
actual phone.
everything's in there. Nothing was deleted. Nothing was scrubbed. What's the first thing you look for?
I do not, and I'm assuming he does. I don't even think Momo has LeBron's cell phone number. I had Kobe's cell phone number. I had Shaq's.
Right.
But I don't have LeBron's. Do you think Woj had it?
Oh, hell yes. Hell yes. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah, most likely. But I'd be looking for their text messages between
Yeah,
him
to me, the text
with
messages
Clutch.
between executives would be fascinating. Text messages with the Clutch people or with Lakers, Rob Pelinka, whatever that is.
Because
I would love that.
he gets way more than what he actually puts out on Twitter when he was doing the Woj bumps. He's finding out so much more.
I think no matter what, we all have stuff that we know that we can't say.
Of course.
There's stuff that we just would never say.
I'll take it a step further. Had there been social media when I was going through college and early in my career, I don't know if I would have been able to have the career I have, just because back then we weren't cautious.
So you would have tweeted terrible stuff?
Well, I would have texted stuff that I would. The text between me and you on election night would probably get us fired.
That. I don't want to discuss
right, but that's
that
what I'm saying. Everybody's got
By the
stuff.
way, I was completely right in all those texts.
The 2016 election texts were the ones that would get us in trouble.
Yeah,
the ones from this year wouldn't get us in trouble.
Yeah, that's back in the day.
But everybody's got stuff like that you wouldn't want people to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not betting on Woj's wiped phone. It's a nice idea,
but it's got to be
Here's
wiped.
an empty iPhone.
Right?
Congratulations.
Here's an empty used iPhone.
Right. But you know what?
Something once interesting happened on it.
I never understand that type of memorabilia stuff. Like, I have Woj's cell phone that he used to send tweets, but if it's wiped, it doesn't really have a function.
Yeah.
It
has no, right, and it doesn't really have sentimental value. Like,
Right.
This is the phone where we found out the league got shut down by COVID. Oh, yeah, let me put that on a wall. What the hell am I going to do with that phone, that wiped phone? So my birthday party invitation went out. Now it's real.
I don't know. I don't think I can go.
Really?
Lisa's. She says we're going out of town that weekend.
Really?
Maybe.
Do you have a game on Saturday? You have
Well,
a game
then
on Thursday, game on Saturday.
And what night is the party?
Friday. It's Friday night.
Well, then
It is actually Lisa's birthday.
Oh, well, then she said she's not in town.
Oh,
but
well,
maybe I'm in
yeah,
town.
no,
I can
you
go,
have
then
to
I
be
can
in
go
town.
without her.
There's a game Thursday and a game Saturday. I
Okay.
specifically planned the party that way. Bergman,
I've already replied yes to 2.
and I
got a +1.
I'm embracing 60. In fact, I think the
Really?
invitation says
It does say 60.
Says 60, aged to perfection. I think is what the
I
invitation.
didn't actually look
says.
at the actual. I just said yes.
Aged to perfection, which I really, really like.
Who came up with that? You or Juan?
I believe Evite came up with that. It's one of the potential options. You found a piece of sound I think is interesting. Bob Myers, who is the former Golden State general manager.
Yeah, before you play this, let me say this. Hasn't everybody had this thought go through their head because it was so surprising that Luka got traded?
Mm-hmm.
I think most Laker fans, I know I have asked the question, what does Nico Harrison know that we don't?
Right.
Right? Is there something we don't know about Luka? And Bob Myers was talking about that the other night on ESPN, and he says the answer to that question is probably no.
Talking to Rob Pelinka, the Lakers GM, he said Luka has been a fantastic teammate thus far. He's focused on his teammates. Sometimes you can overdo that, but he's also showed great discipline. A lot of the conversation out of Dallas when he got moved was he didn't work hard. That's not what I'm hearing from talking to them. He's putting all the work in.
So that would be like, apparently, Luka, they thought, well, we're not going to spend $400 million on him or whatever it was, and we can't trust him to stay in shape, blah, blah, blah. And since he's been on the Lakers, it's been the opposite.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I think the Lakers kind of stole him.
I think they absolutely stole him. I think they stole
And
one of
Anthony
the
Davis
5
is a
best
great
players
player.
in the
Like
league.
Michael will be in tomorrow. Michael will tell you he's picking Dallas to go to the finals. He thinks that they are now part of it's Clay's on that
Clay's
team.
on the team, yeah.
But he says he would preface it with if they're healthy. He said they have too much size and too much talent not to beat everybody. I think the team that everybody should be picking to go to the finals is OKC. But if you talk to the Lakers, and again, if you put them on a lie detector, they think they can play with anybody.
I just think OKC is great, but they haven't been there. That's why I mean they've really not made a run. Where'd they finish last year?
1. See, that's why I think that they are there. They were the 1 seed.
They were the 1 seed.
year.
I forgot about that.
And they got knocked out by Minnesota, but that's how it normally works. You
graduate.
have 1 year where you find out what it's all about, and then the next year is where you get good.
Yeah.
And so that's why they scare me.
Yes, they are very, very good.
But I could not be higher on the Lakers.
I think they can play with anybody.
Yeah.
They can play with anybody. They got 2 of the greatest players in the world. Talk about basketball IQ, my God.
And maybe more importantly than all that, they play defense
They
now.
play defense.
And again,
Absolutely.
I'll say it again. Count all the coaches we've had since Phil Jackson. Every one of those coaches on the day they got the job said, the number one thing I'm going to get them to do is play defense. The only one who did it was Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
And they won a title.
I would run through a wall for J.J. Redick.
Well, I think that.
No, I mean just me as a talk show. I would literally run through a wall for JJ.
We should make that happen.
To see that, yeah.
Yeah. Somebody find a wall. Believe me,
I think
can
there's
run
plenty.
into it.
We'll find one of them around
I can run into it. All right, coming up next for you, What's Up, Fool? Brian's always got really good stuff for us, so we got that coming up next for you. In the meantime, if you were injured in a car accident of any kind, you're probably wondering, what are some of the advantages of hiring my friend Jacob Imrani? Well, first of all, you're hiring somebody who has been handling cases since the 90s. Maybe the simplest answer of all, Jacob and his team, they will guide you throughout the entire process. Jacob's going to handle everything from the phone calls to the rental car to getting your car fixed to helping you find a doctor, all that stuff. And he will deal with the insurance company on your behalf. Jacob can immediately get you the medical attention that you deserve and ultimately get you the compensation that you deserve. And with nearly 3 decades of experience, he's got the reputation and clout to get it done. Call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember,
accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
And if you or a loved one has been injured or lost property due to the recent wildfires, please call Jacob for a free case evaluation. Together, we will rebuild. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
That's fine. You glaze Tom Brady every day.
Well, wait a second. No, I don't. Hold on a second. I'm not accepting that from you, and here's why.
Why is that?
Because I'm not so sure I understand what glazing means yet. Now, when I find out and I understand truly what glazing means, then I may say
it's just to praise someone, to compliment them regularly.
That's it?
Like
There's nothing more to it than that? That just glazing?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, why are you glazing this guy so much?
It's like over-complimenting almost.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say that I probably glaze Tom Brady a little bit.
You definitely do.
Okay. Well, here.
There's nothing wrong with it, but you do.
The act of sucking up to someone, glazing, the act of sucking up to someone. Okay, but, okay, I accept that I glaze Tom Brady. Do you guys accept that you guys both glaze LeBron?
I don't.
Come on.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you. With flexible online classes and career-focused resources, you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Empower your future today at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Enjoy President's Day savings all month long at Cardin Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new 2025 Hyundai Santa Fe SE for just $299 a month plus tax for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty and Hyundai Assurance Program. Cardin Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or visit CardinAlleyWayHyundai.com.
$39.99 due at signing, 10,000 miles per year. Plus tax, license, $85 dock fee, and registration. No security deposit on approved HMF credit expires March 3rd, 2025.
Hey,
it's Mace. Want a new game to get excited about? Check out Chumba Casino, your favorite online social casino. It's free to play, no strings attached. Enjoy social casino games like bingo, slingo, and slots and more with new releases every week, whether you're at home or on the go. Play for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. Get started today at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. We ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI.
With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
I'm going to come out with something right here. I don't work as hard as John Ireland and have no interest in it.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's Mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian. All right, guys, so I got you here today. First one, a special shout-out to my curly-haired brother, Dustin May.
Hey, yeah.
Finally on the mound yesterday in spring training. The first time he was on the mound facing live hitters in 648 days. First strikeout.
Poor guy.
Yeah, a couple strikeouts in his first time in 2 years. Right after he kind of, he has a lot of emotion when he pitches.
Sure.
He always shows it. Kind of glove to the face, and there was a great MLB posted the whole thing saying, sometimes there is crying in baseball. It was a sweet moment. First strikeout in 2 years. Kind of got me thinking, first, happy to have Dustin May back. Second, when's the last time you had happy tears in sports? Watching something that made you brought those happy tears.
That is a great question. First of all, I'm with you, Brian, on Dustin May, rooting for him hard.
Oh, yeah. By the way, it's such a... He ate a piece of lettuce.
Yeah. Did you guys read about this?
Somehow hurt
it
his
tore
esophagus.
his esophagus.
Yeah.
I eat a lot of salads.
I eat salads, too.
I've never had an esophagus incident.
That's crazy, but it was
That's when you
really
know you're
serious.
Cursed.
Yeah.
But when is the last time I cried happily? Probably I was laughing so hard I cried at something, but I don't remember it in a sports context.
I definitely cried after the Super Bowl. After the Rams Super Bowl, yeah, I cried. And I also cried after the one they lost in Atlanta in 2018. So those were unhappy tears. And then I made up for it in 2021 with the Rams Super Bowl. I was very emotional over that when the Dodgers won the World Series.
Yeah, that was the last time I
had
some happy tears.
I mean, that was...
By the way, while you were out, so you and I have a bet that if the Dodgers win 113 or below, I win. 114 or above, you win. Did you see that PECOTUS got
103
set while you were out? Yeah.
Yeah.
You're 10 off.
But they never go high.
Yeah.
They're always super conservative. I think the Dodgers are going to accidentally win 115 games.
No.
I'm taking them 118.
Yeah.
No,
Brian's got him at 118.
You guys are both
I've
high.
heard people say 120.
Both in number and in status.
138. I've got him at 138. No, I think they're obviously gonna exceed 100 games. I think they can hit 115.
What's up, Foo?
Okay, so the NFL is considering some more rule changes to the kickoff as their changes last year, I guess, weren't good enough.
Yes, correct.
So instead of the 30-yard line as a touchback, it's going to be the 35-yard line to try to incentive less touchbacks. And they're also moving the kicker back 5 yards. The same thing. They just want less touchbacks in this new kickoff form. And it got me thinking, did you really even notice a difference in kickoffs?
Yes,
is it even a thing?
I did. I thought they ruined kickoffs.
I think they robbed all the excitement from kickoffs.
Is this change going to make a difference that they're trying to limit the touchback so more
balls in play? By the way,
play?
if you really wanted to make things interesting, just say that you can't kneel. So the only way there's a touchback is if your kicker kicks it out of the back of the end zone. Then figure out how far the good kickers can kick it and just back them up, and you'd have a return every time. But what they always hide behind is player safety. They say, well, you don't want those hard collisions on kickoffs, so touchbacks are okay with us. Touchbacks suck.
Yeah.
I hate touchbacks.
So, touchbacks that's all we get from the old structure.
Right.
It was all everybody kicked it through the end zone. I think that the idea of making it more punitive, 35-yard line's not. I think you make it the 40-yard line if you kick it into the end zone. That makes it a really pretty significant penalty.
Oh, the other team gets it on the 40.
The other team
like
gets
that.
it. So you've got to kick it into the drop zone, because if you kick it into the end zone, they're getting the ball all the way out to the 40. They're proposing the 35, which is better, but I think the 40 makes it really interesting.
Yeah, I would do that too. I'm on the Mason plan for kickoffs.
What's up, Foo?
So a couple days ago, Juan Soto, new to the Mets, wanted that number 22, so he gifted his teammate Brett Beatty a brand new blacked out SUV for the jersey number 22.
Mm-hmm.
We saw this last year with Otani giving Joe Kelly's wife a Porsche.
Yep.
And then this year, even Miguel Rojas gave Sasaki
gave
number 11, and he gave him
very exclusive tequila or something, or sake.
Yes.
Right.
Some really nice stuff. So it kind of got me thinking here. If you guys had to, if somebody was coming for something, so let's say Travis and DeMarco or Sedano Cap were coming for this time slot.
Okay.
And you were to say, ooh, okay, but I want something for it. What is something that you would, want to give it up?
Oh, that's a good question.
I know. A Cybertruck.
Cybertruck, driving out some stuff and then it's stuck.
Always driven by a stupid.
It is a Cybertruck. It is a Cybertruck.
I'd want a Cybertruck, and I'd want it wrapped. I saw one that was wrapped today. Serious.
Cybertrucks are ugly.
They are so ugly and so ridiculous.
What would I want from Sedano? If we had something they wanted, what would we want in return? That's a good question. Oh, I know what. Something Mason and I would both enjoy. Bergman's not here. 2 more weeks off. We want 2 of their vacation weeks.
That's good. Yeah.
They can have whatever they want. Just give us 2 of their vacation weeks.
How about Palatial?
Sedano, I think, is here less than me now.
Yeah. How about Palatial Estate in Cardiff? Do we know of anyone down there?
What did I just walk into?
Brian asked a question. What if Sedano and Cap, how when jersey numbers, Miguel Rojas
changed to 72
number,
from 11 to 72. Yeah.
So if Sedano and Cap or Travis and DeMarco wanted something from us, what would we want in return? So we've decided we want one of their vacation weeks each.
That's what you guys need.
Yeah,
more vacation days.
Yeah, more vacation.
Yeah.
No.
I'm for that.
What's up, Foo?
I saw this one right before the show. Kind of thought it was a little interesting here. So the governor of Connecticut is apparently doubling down on a latest claim he made that they want to be the pizza capital of the U.S.
Connecticut?
Yeah, right. That's what I got thinking too. And so they're holding a bunch of events. So they're holding a pizza-themed art show. They're going to have custom Air Jordans made of pizza inspired. But the thing here is they're attempting to break the world record largest pizza party.
Okay.
In Connecticut, so they can have that title of the pizza, capital of the world.
Got it. This seems like a good enterprise for a governor. Yes.
Right.
Important issues.
So, for your money, where is the best pizza in the U.S.?
It's either in Chicago or New York.
Yeah, I lean towards New York. I mean, I think if you go down to the Village and you go to John's Pizza, which is
or
legendary.
if you go to the original Ray's, don't go to one of the knockoffs.
No,
the
by
Rays
the way,
are good.
the knockoffs even say original Ray's now. It's hard to find the actual original Ray's. But I love New York pizza. Chicago pizza is delicious. I'll tell you what, Detroit pizza. Don't sleep on Detroit pizza. It is delicious.
And by the way, hey Connecticut, if we wanted to take that away from you, our city, Los Angeles, is bigger than your whole state.
It is true.
Go ahead and do whatever you want. We can come take that title whenever we want.
What's up, Foo?
Special birthday shout out today, O'Shea Jackson
O'Shea!
Jr. 34th
Hey,
birthday.
Shay!
What's the age?
34.
34, Shay.
He's done great.
Yeah, fantastic.
By the time I turned 34, I hadn't done half of what O'Shea's
Yeah, he was
done.
#1 at the box office this year.
He is by far, I think, my favorite follow on Twitter. He
Oh,
is
God,
hilarious
he
on
is
there.
hilarious.
He doesn't hold back. He
Well,
just goes at it.
Did you see when we announced the Lakers Gafote?
Yeah.
He tweeted, I'm going to do you all a favor and not enter this contest because if I did, I'd win it and it'd be over. And he's probably right.
Probably, yeah.
All right. My question here is, what's your favorite, piece of work from him?
From O'Shea?
From O'Shea, yeah.
No, it's straight out of Compton. I mean, he's got other movies where he's more featured, like when he's the lead guy in Straight Outta Compton. He was part of an ensemble. But I watched Straight Outta Compton about 3 months ago. you forget that you're not watching
Oh,
Q.
sure.
He makes you forget. I mean, that. And by the way, not just him, but everybody who played the NWA guys is great. The guy that played Dre was great. The guy who played Eazy-E was great.
Yep.
Shay was great. Just, if you like that genre of music, that's a really, really good movie.
So, my favorite and everything you said about Straight Outta Compton is totally right. My favorite movie of his is called Ingrid Goes West. It stars Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
It is so good. He is so good in it, and he says that one of the great experiences of his life was making that movie.
Greg, look this up. He was in a movie with Charlize Theron
yeah,
and
it's a good movie
Seth
too.
Rogen.
The Campaign?
No.
It's Long Shot.
Long Shot, yeah.
And he's good in that,
Yes,
too.
he is
But
very
again,
good.
in an ensemble role, in Straight Outta Compton, you can't take your eyes off.
No, he's fantastic.
It was a TV show, but did you watch Swagger?
Yeah,
Swagger
was
good.
good.
Swagger was really good too.
And by the way, he was the lead in
Yes,
that.
he was the lead. He was good in that. Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
What's up, fool?
So Will Smith has recently confirmed that I Am Legend 2 is going to be happening, and he's going to be teaming up. His character is going to be in the movie again from the original one, which is kind of interesting how the first one.
I'm trying to
I
remember.
never saw the first one. Did you?
Yeah,
yeah.
It was they made it. Did you ever see Omega Man?
No.
It was a book. It became a movie with Charlton Heston. It became I Am Legend. Basically, the entire world turns into, what were they, like devilly monster
Zombies,
things?
Right, they were like in the dark. They couldn't come out into the light.
And he
Vampire
had
zombie
to
kinda?
he had to hide from them. They were
Yeah.
kind of like vampires. Yeah, what was the ending? Spoiler alert.
He leaves, he's supposed to come to this compound of survivors,
Okay.
more or less.
So now I Am Legend 2.
I Am Legend 2 starring alongside Michael B. Jordan.
Nice.
And this is one of those things where I don't know how I feel about it now, but when the movie first came out, I wanted a sequel right after it. I wanted that second one. So is there any movie that you wish there was a second one that we don't have? Like, is there something that you're like, oh man, I wish that story continued. I need more of this movie.
Well, my favorite Will Smith movie, and Will Smith, it's kind of worn out on me because of what he pulled at the Oscars. But before that, I thought Hitch was a perfect movie.
Oh, Hitch was great.
I watch it. It's one of those movies. If I come across it, I would have loved another one of those.
Yeah.
But they never did it.
I'm never a fan of sequels. I generally think leave it alone.
You know what wrecked everything? Godfather 2.
Everybody thinks
Godfather 2 is actually better in a lot of ways than the original, and the original is a top 5 all-time movie.
Yeah.
So now
and
everybody
do not
thinks,
sleep at all on Godfather 3, which I find really fun.
It's interesting you should bring that up. I think if Godfather 3 would have been its own movie, like not connected to the first two, everybody would say that's a great movie. But because it's less than, like I even saw an interview with Robert Duvall recently, and they said, did they offer you a part for Tom Hagen in Godfather 3? He said they did. They didn't pay me enough money, so I said no. And it wasn't as good as the first two. Well, nothing's as good as the first two. Those might be the two greatest movies ever made.
I'm trying to think. Great sequels. What are the great sequels? Godfather 2, obviously. What are the great sequels?
All of the Lethal Weapons are good.
Yeah, they are. Are they ever as good?
4. Yeah. Those the Rocky sequels are good. Rocky 3 might be the best.
Oh yeah, Rocky's the example of here sequels can be really good.
The Fast and the Furious sequels are all good.
Oh, I'll tell you, Terminator 2 is a really good sequel.
Yeah. Star Wars sequels are good.
The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was.
Dark Knight was a sequel from Batman Begins.
Yep.
Aliens. The S at the end. There was Alien, and then there was Aliens.
Is Terminator 2? Terminator 2 was better than Terminator 1, right?
Terminator 2 was great. Terminator 2 had the liquid.
Which one did my guy McGee do? Did he do 3 or 4? I can't remember. With Christian Bale.
Of which movie?
Terminator.
I mean, the Bourne movies.
I don't know.
The
The
Bourne
Bourne movies are all
the
good.
Bond movies.
Yeah, the Bond movies aren't really sequels.
Right.
They're different adventures. Did you guys see recently that the Broccolis sold the Bond rights?
Yeah, to Amazon.
So now Amazon can hire whoever they want.
You
and do
saw
whatever
Jeff
they want.
Bezos sent out a tweet asking who should be the next James Bond.
I think it should be Idris Elba, but
they want somebody in their 30s. They want somebody that can do 5 or 6 movies like Daniel Craig did.
All right, so I've got 2 people, and I would be good, and we've already talked about one of them. Chalamet could do it, but he's not British.
You got to have somebody British. That's the
Use
rule.
Tom Hiddleston. He's perfect. Did you see The Night Manager?
Oh, I love The Night Manager.
Yeah,
That's such a good show.
Hiddleston could do it.
How old is Hiddleston? I don't.
Probably
Does
40?
he fit the? Yeah, you got to be in your 30s or 40s. Some of the names. Richard Madden is on the list.
Oh God, I'll get divorced.
And Aaron Taylor Johnson is kind of the favorite if you look him up. He looks like a Bond, British guy. But yeah, no, the James Bond sequels were. I guess they're not really sequels, but they're all good.
What's up, fool?
I got one more here for you.
Hiddleston's 44.
Okay.
I saw this report sent out by Market Watch said that Taylor Swift apparently has made the NFL alone $1 million since she started dating Kelsey in areas from TV revenue, social media, and digital news. So are you buying that she alone has brought the NFL $1 billion? And then what does this mean if Kelsey does retire? Because then are they just going to take a huge hit?
I absolutely believe that she brought, I don't know if it's
Do you
$1 billion.
think it's $1 billion?
I don't know if it's that much, but I absolutely believe that there were girls and young girls watching the Chiefs who normally would have zero interest because she was involved.
I have a friend that learned football because Taylor Swift went to games.
Right.
That's how she
is the biggest star in the world, and musically that tour made more money than any tour from any band or any singer ever.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's how big of a deal she is.
But I don't know
And the people that went, you went, right?
Yes.
People who went, nobody ever said anything bad.
She does a great show. She's a great performer.
Like everybody that paid all that money to go would come out of it and go, it was worth it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. Yeah, I don't know how would she have made $1 billion for the NFL? I don't get that.
Does it say how they monetized it?
It's not
digital news, TV revenue.
Oh, maybe clicks, I guess, that can be monetized.
And social
media
media is what they listed as,
yeah, wherever she goes, as Ireland likes to say, she's a one-woman economy, and she definitely is.
She is.
All right, there you have it. There is your What's Up, Fool. I want to remind you that it is a Michelob Ultra Reaction Monday. We react to the Kings win over Utah on Saturday and Lakers win over Denver on Saturday. Thanks to Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Coming up next, John, J.J. Redick says he's discovered the NBA cheat code. And great news for USC Trojan fans. Maybe proof that Lincoln Riley is turning things around. That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
The Kings returned from the 2-week break and earned a hard-fought win over Utah, thanks to veterans Drew Doughty and Trevor Lewis.
Rebound around the wall for Fiala right wing. Steps up top. Fiala soft pass to the middle. Doughty winds and scores! Drew Doughty with a blast from the blue line. And Drew is on the board in 2025. Right wing, Kings to the blue line. Spence, one-timer, kick save, rebound, score! Trevor Lewis! It's 4-2 LA on Trevor Lewis's 4th of the year. With 10:19 left, it's 4-2 LA.
Tonight, the Kings return to action against a Pacific Division rival. It's the Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. Tonight at 7:30 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit NormandLegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit NormandLegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. One ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that
And we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
All right, ESPN LA, the Lakers and BBGO teaming up to find the Lakers Gafote, the greatest fan of all time. Are you the Gafote? If so, you can win an ultimate prize package, which includes Lakers courtside seats, round-trip airfare for two-night hotel stay, and 1 year supply of BBGO products. All that stuff. Get details on how to win at LakersGafote.com. That's LakersGafote.com. You can learn how to submit your entry and a chance to win the great prize, one of the coolest prizes we've ever given away.
Hey, are you superstitious?
I am.
So am I. Greg, Brian, you guys superstitious?
Just a little.
Yeah, just a little.
Okay, so
Stitious.
the Lakers have several different jerseys.
Yes.
One of their jerseys is called the City Edition jersey. It's the first jersey they've ever had that says Lake Show on it.
Right.
Says it across the front. They are purple jerseys with black numbers and gold lettering. They are, so far this year, 1-9 in their City Edition jerseys. They're 33-12 in the other jerseys. So they made a team decision today. Done.
Good.
City Edition jerseys will not be worn again this season.
I don't like the City Edition jerseys anyway. I don't like the Lake Show on the jersey. I think they abandoned them the night they went to Madison Square Garden and played the Knicks, right?
Well,
didn't they all of a sudden change?
Actually, back it up. They played the Warriors, and they were supposed to wear them, and they decided against it, and they won that game.
Right.
In Golden State, or in San Francisco. Then, you're right, they did it for the Knicks game.
Yep.
And I think they were supposed to wear them again in Denver, and they said nope.
Good.
And now that they're rolling, they're not going to. I applaud them for doing this.
Now, do you believe that? Do you believe in the superstition, the idea that you're wearing it and you're losing because of the jersey?
I'm trying to think of the right word. Unreasonably superstitious. I will, if I'm playing with a golf ball and I get a double bogey on a hole, that ball goes away.
Really?
Yeah, it's the ball's fault. Can't be my fault.
Yeah, got to be the ball.
If I wear a certain outfit to a Laker game that they were supposed to win, like I wore a shirt to the Charlotte game.
Yep.
Shirt's out of the rotation now.
Yeah. See, when I'm watching a Rams game, especially a home Rams game, a Rams game when I'm home, I will, depending on how things are going, change my shirt in the middle. Like, I'll try this shirt, I'll try that hat, I'll try this hoodie.
I'm exactly the same way, and none of it makes any sense.
No.
But I own it.
But if you believe it,
right,
it's real. So if you have the habit of or the experience of losing in a particular jersey repeatedly, why would you ever want to put that jersey back on?
By the way, this is the entire premise of Holiday Touchdown, the Chiefs holiday movie on Hallmark.
Love that show. God, so
they had a hat,
Yeah,
and every time that Ed Begley Jr. wore the hat, they went to the Super Bowl, and they lose the hat.
Yeah.
And they've got to try and figure out how to get it all back. But I believe in all that crap.
Yeah, I do too.
I know it doesn't make any sense. Don't at me. I know I'm an
baseball
idiot.
players especially superstitious.
Right.
Yeah, especially superstitious. I read Anze Kopitar wears the same socks for all of his games. He's got lucky socks that he wears.
Well,
I was doing I may have given away a question for Game of Games tomorrow, but
okay,
he does wear lucky socks.
I'll remember that tomorrow.
Yeah.
By the way, Game of Games,
the question.
it's my game today. Game of Games all this week is worth 2. And Greg, am I right? Is Scott Kaplan the leader in the clubhouse right now?
He is, but tied with Steve Mason.
Oh.
How many do I have?
You have 1.
And Mason has 3?
And Mason has 3, yeah.
All right,
You're
so
not out of it.
Yeah, but today's
Nobody
worth
is.
2.
Today's worth 2.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's out of it at all.
Play? We should make it fair
I
and
think
let
he
him
wants
play.
to play whenever he's around, so reach out to him.
So
Is he working today?
He's in South.
But is he working?
Yes.
Let's see if he wants to play.
He had his birthday last week. Happy birthday, Scott Kaplan.
Man.
Yeah. All right, so
he went to the Sphere to see the Eagles.
I know.
So we got to ask him about
We're
that.
going in April to see the Eagles. I'm twisting Juan's arm because he doesn't like the Eagles.
Who doesn't like the Eagles? Juan, I'm disappointed in you.
He says, "What year are you from?"
Well, it's a fair question.
Yeah, from 1978. All right. So JJ Redick says he found the cheat code to win games in the NBA. Have you seen this?
No.
Okay. He says, I had this revelation like 6 weeks ago. The math stuff. It's important. It really is. You try to generate high-value shots. You strategize around throw-aheads and what those create, all that stuff. It's super important. Game plan defensively. It's all important. Guys have to communicate, all that stuff. There's only one actual cheat code in the NBA, and that's playing hard. If you play hard every night, you got a chance to win. If you don't play hard every night, you're probably going to lose. You give yourself a chance to win every night if you play hard.
Easier said than done.
Exactly.
Because, like, for example, tomorrow night we start 6 games in 10 days. Next month we have a stretch 7 games in 9 days. It's hard to play every night, particularly when we're traveling. Like, for example, on this last trip, we got in.
This was the Portland game, right?
I'm trying to think of when we had our last back-to-back. It was this week. And whatever the second night of the back.
Wasn't it Portland, Charlotte?
Sure, that's what it was. Charlotte.
And then
we
Portland.
flew to Portland.
Right.
We got into Portland at about 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to lose. And they played great.
Yeah.
Luka didn't play. LeBron put the team on his back, had 40 points, but 11 turnovers, a career high.
Yeah.
But we won. So it's hard.
But playing hard every night is, it sounds obvious, right? But how many times have we sat here and talked about, I saw a lack of effort, saw a lack of passion, saw a lack of desire.
Okay, so what do you think of this? This is Adam Silver's argument.
Mm-hmm.
This is why he wants to go to 10-minute quarters.
Okay.
He said 10-minute quarters would be the equivalent. He goes, you guys always talk about load management and playing hard and how you want to rest guys. If we go to 10-minute quarters, first of all, every other basketball league in the world, college basketball, WNBA, international, FIBA, all play 40 minutes.
Yep.
NBA is the only league in the world that plays 48 minutes. He said, taking out of it what it would do to all the records, because obviously it would affect records.
It would screw up the records, yeah.
He said, if we played 10-minute quarters, it would be the equivalent of knocking 15 games off the schedule. That's why I'm in favor of it. So is Michael. Most people aren't. JJ's not. JJ says it's a terrible idea. He goes, "What the NBA is a."
It would it's specifically to shorten games, right?
Shorten games and
lower management. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm left it up to you, next year we can play 48 or 40. What do you want to do?
I tried the 40.
Greg?
Yeah, the 40, but I don't think 48's that much.
Brian?
I would try it. Yeah, see what it
worth
feels
a shot.
like.
Yeah, and I think the game would move quicker.
Yeah, speed it up.
I mean, you wouldn't have as many free throws.
But the game's already is 2.5 hours. That's a fine amount of time
right.
for a
What
basketball
he would like
game.
to do, what Adam Silver would like to do, would be get it into that soccer window, which is exactly 2 hours.
2 hours.
And then you know what you're investing your time in. It's like going to the movies. You know, the average movie is 2 hours long.
Yeah, right.
You know, every once in a while, somebody will do a 3.5
3.5 hour movie where they use AI to fix a Hungarian accent.
You're the biggest movie fan I know. You'll sit through that, but I won't.
Yeah. I did sit through it. No, technically.
Which movie are you talking about?
The Brutalist. That was the 3.5 hour movie
know what
this
that's
year.
About.
It messes with stats and it messes with
it
records.
It does mess with
stats. That'd be the one consolation that you would have to
No
allow.
one will ever beat other statistical things that happened in the past.
Right. It would lower
Wilt's record of 100 points in a game probably will never go down.
It would lower everybody's scoring average.
Yep.
Right.
People would score less.
Or 22 points per game is like leading.
Nobody averages 40 minutes a game. So Tom Thibodeau plays everybody major minutes.
Yes.
Like so would Mikal Bridges still play 38 minutes if the games were 40 minutes? He probably would.
Yeah, he probably would. You're right. He'd play the entire game. You're right.
Not one player in the NBA averages 40 minutes. So
technically, it wouldn't affect scoring averages in that way. Yeah.
You'd feel that then, if that's the case, if Mikal Bridges and other guys are playing 36, 38 minutes of 40-minute games, then your bench gets a lot smaller.
When you can see the stars longer.
But
you see stars, but then you don't
fewer
have...
guys would foul out.
But is this real? You're still going to have all those issues. You know, I don't care. The 3-point shooting, I'm fine. Let it go. But I do think in the case of the NBA rules for replay and stoppage and free throws and all that stuff, that would really address the problems. And you could do it without limiting the game to 10-minute quarters.
What I would do if I was the NBA, because I think so many people like JJ are resistant to it, I would make next year's preseason games 40 minutes.
That's a good experiment.
See how we like it.
Like they're doing with the automated strike zone this year.
So if you go to 40 minutes, wouldn't that then say to the players, all right, we're going to lower your salaries because you're not playing as much?
No, because
but eventually in the next
we're
CBA.
not cutting any games off.
And same
but
size.
the amount of time
pie
you're
is
playing.
the same size.
But
Revenue
again, Greg,
pie is the same size.
There is not a player in the NBA this year who's averaging 40 minutes a game.
So if Luka, LeBron, not Max Jersey, DFS, Vando, and let's say Jackson Hayes play 36 minutes, you only have 4 minutes for other players.
Right.
So that means
that's interesting. It would limit the importance of your bench.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a bench. And
I mean, I want to see the stars more anyway.
Right.
If like tomorrow night's ticket is turning out to be the most expensive ticket in the NBA this year. Before this, it was Lakers at Knicks. Now it's Mavs at Lakers.
Nice.
Lower bowl tickets are going for over $1,000.
Wow.
If it were a 40-minute game, I think Luka and LeBron and Clay and Kyrie would all play more minutes. They'd play 35 minutes, and then that's how you figure it out.
Yeah, that does make sense. That does make sense. I was just looking at ticket prices to see.
So what if you where I sit, section 111, what are you looking at?
Let me go to the 100s. The 300s you can kind of get in at $300. $300 for the 300s though.
That's a lot.
That's
for that
significant.
Level. What's 111 where I sit?
Let's see. 111.
Are you opening?
Yeah, it's $990.
Okay, so almost 1,000.
Yeah, almost 1,000.
So it's ticked down a little bit.
Lower, yeah, $1,000. There's $2,100 seats in section 112, so it's super expensive, and the value is unbelievably high. And it's going to be really cool to see Luka against his old team, especially after all that they talked.
Well, they
about
crapped on him.
Yeah, they did.
You know? And it's to me, I still don't get it. I think there's a book or a movie coming out one day to explain why Nico Harrison did what he did.
Speaking of a book or movie, Tim McMahon from ESPN has written a book about Luka. It comes out next month, but he's going to come in and hang out with us in studio tomorrow.
Great.
So we'll do that.
Did you ever listen
tomorrow.
to the Hoop Collective?
Yeah, of course I do. I love
with
the Hoop
him
Collective.
And Bontemps and Bontemps.
Occasionally Ramona.
We'll ask
Windhorst show.
We'll ask McMahon about this tomorrow. But Bontemps is salty, man.
Yeah.
He's another guy that says Lakers have zero chance, none to win the title this year.
We'll dig
Keep
into
saying that. Keep saying that, Tim.
Yep.
It's fueling us.
All right, coming up next, great news about USC football. Great news about USC football.
Really?
Yeah, that's coming up next. In the meantime, did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They are changing lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. So next time you donate or shop, you're not just decluttering, you're empowering someone's future. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocial.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. It's brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
What's up, Laker fans? This is Andy Kamenetsky. Be sure to check out Lakers Talk tonight, 6 to 7 p.m. Saturday night, the Lakers took down the Nuggets in Denver. Luka Doncic looked like a superstar, and the defense took Nikola Jokic completely out of the game. Can Luka go supernova again tomorrow night against a Dallas Mavericks team that traded him out of nowhere, and his message that he's too fat and lazy for a supermax? I guarantee he's going to try. That's all coming up on Lakers Talk, 6 to 7 p.m. ESPN LA 710.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, AvnerGat.com.
Hey, it's D4. The best sports trips aren't just about the game. It's about the whole experience. With Absolute Sport, that experience is built around you. Whether it's an El Clasico match followed by a night in Madrid, oh yeah, or a company outing at the U.S. Open, they'll customize everything to fit your perfect trip. If your event has a ticket, they'll build a package around it. So what are you waiting for? Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport and make your dream trip a reality.
National University honors those who have broken barriers and paved the way for future generations. If you're a parent and a professional, a dreamer and a doer, NU is here to support you. With flexible online classes and career-focused resources, you can earn your degree while balancing work, family, and everything in between. Empower your future today at nu.edu. That's nu.edu.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, it's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
I would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Definitely not my scene. What's up, people? Monday. It is the Monday after the Lakers beat Denver. It is the Monday we find out that Matthew Stafford is out there potentially seeking a trade. It's been there's so much stuff today. Sometimes we come in here, we got nothing to talk about. We dig in and we find stuff. Today, it just all spilled out. Now, I've got, Ireland, great news for USC football fans.
Let's hear it.
According to Rivals, the Trojans have the number 1 rated recruiting class for 2026.
Good.
Number 1. And you know what that says to me? Somebody opened their wallet.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, maybe they're in this NIL game for real. Number 1 recruiting class for 2026 is a great sign. Now, I don't know what it says about this year. This year, it's going to be a toss-up in terms of performance. I don't know what my expectations are.
Do you think Jordan Maeva comes back to start a quarterback? I think he'll get somebody else.
I would love to. We're not going to get a spring game this year.
Well, we should talk about this.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Coaches are canceling all over the country. Matt Rule just canceled at Nebraska. Lincoln Riley just canceled at USC. They are canceling spring games all over the country because what's happening is the spring games are basically now a showcase for other schools to come in and hijack your kids in the portal. So
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
So they don't want to, like, these spring games get televised. You know, and everybody makes a big deal. Like the one in Nebraska, they draw 70,000 people to. And Matt Rule says, I'm not going out and showing everybody else who my backups are because they'll come and get them. He said they're all a bunch of cheaters, and I'm not. He goes, I'm keeping.
It's the way of the world right now. So
right.
smart.
So what you're going to see is more closed practices and no more spring games.
Right.
They're all going away.
And here's the thing: people complain about tampering. I'm sorry, there are no rules. You're allowed to reach into somebody's program and grab some guy and get him into the transfer portal and pay him a lot of money to play for you. That's just the reality of the way college football works now. And if you are watching a spring game and you're a head coach or you're a general manager for a
and
university
all these teams
now,
have GMs now.
GMs, you're looking and saying, that guy would fit for us.
Right.
Let's think about him.
Here's the other thing. I actually think the coaches are making the right decision because if I'm the backup quarterback at USC, and I light it up in the spring game.
Yep.
And they still list me at 2 on the depth chart. And Arizona State wants to come get me for $3 million. Where do I sign?
So you're saying the players would love to have the spring game.
Of course.
Because they get to showcase themselves.
Of course. And especially if they're low on the depth chart.
Yeah.
And by the way, NIL money, like you just alluded to it. when you said the reason USC's recruiting class is good is somebody opened their wallet.
Yep.
NIL money is ridiculous.
No, it's crazy.
I'll tell you an interesting story. So one of my best friends is a sportscaster in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
We've had him, Jeff Phelps. We've had him on the show. Lindsay knows him.
Yeah.
Lindsay used to produce his show in Cleveland. So I'm having lunch with Jeff when the Lakers are back there playing the Cavs, and he tells me his son is a baseball pitcher at a small college.
Okay.
And the shortstop is having a good season. Not great, but good. He's hitting like 280, good fielder, a little bit of power. And a school from the SEC, this is at a community college in Ohio.
Yeah.
School from the SEC came in and offered him $1 million to play shortstop.
Damn.
So he took it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way
You
the
can't
world...
blame the kid.
For a non-revenue sport.
Right.
Baseball
right.
doesn't make money.
Yeah.
But football makes so much money that they gave this kid $1 million.
Although, you know, it's interesting. I don't know if you saw this or not. I've had this story for a while, but Ohio State is their athletic department is operating at a $38 million deficit.
Because they're spending so much
because
money on
they
NIL.
are spending so much money on NIL. So,
well, this is a bigger conversation in all of sports.
Mm-hmm.
The reason the Celtics are for sale is Wick Grossbeck, the guy who owns the Celtics and is their governor.
Yep.
It's actually his dad who has the money, and his dad's still alive. And his dad looked at the books and said, "You just gave Jason Tatum $300 million.
Yep.
You just gave Jaylen Brown the year before that $300 million. You won the title, and now Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis, and Derek White need to get paid. And, oh, by the way, so does Joe Mazzulla. This business model is flawed. You can't win. Sell the team." So that's what's happening. The Celtics are now for sale because the business model's broken. And that's exactly what you just described at Ohio State.
Yeah.
The thing that I don't know most people grasp is football and basketball pay for all the other sports. So if you're operating at a $38 million deficit,
yep.
the other sports are done.
Yeah,
They're
the
trash.
other sports are really screwed.
Because you want any NIL money to go after a shortstop or a gymnast or anybody else.
Yep.
So they've got to fix it.
Yeah.
There's got to be some more regulation in NIL.
How would you fix it?
Well, you just got to cap it.
You have to do a salary cap.
I'm in favor of NIL.
But, okay, I am
but
too. I want players to get paid.
I think you should cap it for competitive
So you
purposes.
think there should be a salary cap
$5
for
million
college
tops for the whole team?
An individual player or for the whole team?
For the whole team.
$5 million for the entire team?
For the whole team.
No way.
You can give $3 million to the quarterback and spread the other $2 million out.
You're a capitalist. Why
Right.
would you want a salary cap? Why wouldn't you want a quarterback to be able to make $10 million if he's worth $10 million? Why are you capping it at a share of $5 million?
Because I want to have a business model that will sustain the other sports. I'm doing it for competitive balance. I'm not doing it because I believe in a salary cap. I don't. But in this case, it's unregulated, and if it stays unregulated, you're going to have another $38 million. Ohio State just won the national championship, and you're telling me they lost $38 million.
That is correct.
Like none of the merchandise or all the money they made from the bowl games or the national championship game, that's all figured in.
Yep.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
You gotta fix
it doesn't. Although, I really think I hate salary caps.
I do too.
I do too.
But you've got to do here's the other thing. Baseball, you're not going to like this because the Dodgers.
It's never happening.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Rob Manfred has already come out and said the Dodgers are playing within the rules.
Yep.
We have to tweak the rules. So they're going to come up not necessarily with a cap because you're right. They'll fight. They'll go on strike.
Players will never allow a cap.
But instead of a cap, you can come up with like what the NBA did, aprons, and you could. But it's
John,
a de facto salary cap.
They've already done it. The Dodgers are paying $175 million, I think, in luxury tax.
Make them pay $400 million, and then they'll back off.
I don't know. Will they?
I think so. They're not going to lose money.
Those players they're just having fun. Those owners,
but it's all deferred.
Mark Walter's just having a blast.
No, Mark Walter is a genius. He deferred all the money,
right?
So he doesn't owe anybody anything. But
for a while.
By the way, I heard somebody tell me,
yeah,
someone we both know,
yep,
that said the plan is for Guggenheim in the next 10 years to win as many World Series as they can, and they're going to sell the team before they have to pay any of that deferred money. So they're just going to laugh all the way to the bank. Because they're going to collect all the money you get from winning a title, but they don't have to give it to Otani or Yamamoto or Sasaki or any of these dudes that are taking deferred money. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And so now whoever buys the team, when Jeff Bezos buys the Dodgers, he's going to have to pay all those dudes.
That is true. Damn. We are going to be so good this year. I was just looking today. Odds for Rookie of the Year.
Sasaki.
Roki Sasaki is like a heavy favorite.
I disagree.
So
I don't
do
think
I.
he's going to win it. I don't think he's going to have the innings. I think they're going to baby him. I think the Rookie of the Year will be a position player on another team.
Paul Skeens didn't. Paul Skeens didn't even start.
Yeah, I think he pitched over 200 innings.
Yeah,
No.
he pitched throughout the year. Maybe not 200, but he pitched a lot.
But I think Rookie Sasaki is going to pitch between 125 and 150 innings.
Yeah, I don't think any Dodger is going to pitch more than 150. But I do
Maybe
think
Snell. But that would be it.
Although we looked at it, I kept thinking Snell, but he's only hit 180 twice. He's never hit 200. Skeens last year, what do you throw here?
133 innings.
133 innings and one.
Yeah, but he was he started in the All-Star game. He was the best pitcher. If Sasaki's what, the 4 starter? Skeens was the 1.
I think we've got 4 number 1 starters.
But there's going to have to be a pecking order. They're going to go with a 6-man rotation. I think the guy that they want to be the number 1 starter is Yamamoto. I saw an interview with Dave Roberts over the weekend, and somebody, I think it was Kyle Kraska at Channel 11, asked him, hey, what is at the top of your priority list? And he goes, seeing if Yamamoto can make the jump to a number 1 starter.
Yeah.
He goes, if he can and pitch the way he pitched in the playoffs for us, sky's the limit for that dude. So I think he's going to be the 1. I think maybe Glasnow or Snell will be the 2. Sasaki will be the 3 or the 4. And by the way, they're going 6 deep.
Oh, they're going 6 deep all year.
Kershaw's going to get some starts. Tony
Dustin May,
Gonsolin's going to get some starts.
Yeah.
When's the Blue Review start, Greg?
It starts Monday, the 17th of March, right before the Japan series.
Nice.
That's the day we're going to be at Children's Hospital. That's
Yes.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
it is.
Yeah, we're going to be at Children's
The
Hospital.
one
that
day out
for
of
a
the
big
year
event.
I'm allowed to wear green.
That's right.
Yeah, but you
Unless
probably shouldn't.
Unless
still.
Sasha is around, and then he'll cut my tie in
Yeah,
half.
probably still shouldn't.
No, I'll wear it on St. Patrick's Day.
St.
and then-
Patrick's
but
Day,
if
you're
I have a
okay.
game that night, I won't wear it to the game.
Right.
Dead or not.
Green means Celtics.
Yeah, that would be wrong. That would be wrong. All right, coming up next for you, we've got I want to circle back to this Matthew Stafford thing.
Okay.
Matthew Stafford and the Rams have agreed, and it's not a trade demand, but they've agreed that Matthew Stafford can go out and see what he's worth.
His agent has been given permission to shop him.
Yes.
Which is dangerous.
Plus, Shohei Otani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe you.
We do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No, it's something else.
Okay.
Something else in common. That's coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about Hyundai. So I've been working with the Southern California Hyundai dealers for a year now, and I absolutely love my ride, which is an Elantra. Beautiful, beautiful car. It's a hybrid. I'm getting, I think I looked this morning, 47 miles per gallon. Terrific. And I got to drive all of the Hyundai models when I started working with these guys. You got to check out the Hyundai Ioniq 6. It is a spectacular. It's like being in a fancy spaceship. It's like it's an EV with long driving range, cutting edge technology. Don't forget the Sonata's beautiful. The Santa Fe is fantastic if you want to go SUV. As always, every new Hyundai comes with America's best warranty, 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Add more joy to every journey in a brand new Hyundai. Do like I did. Visit buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESP.
The Kings returned from the 2-week break and earned a hard-fought win over Utah, thanks to veterans Drew Doughty and Trevor Lewis.
Rebound around the wall for Fiala, right wing. Steps up top. Fiala, soft pass to the middle. Doughty winds and scores! Drew Doughty with a blast from the blue line. And Drew is on the board in 2025. Right wing, Kings to the blue line. Spence, one-timer, kick save, rebound, score! Trevor Lewis! It's 4-2 LA on Trevor Lewis's 4th of the year. With 10:19 left, it's 4-2 LA.
Tonight, the Kings return to action against a Pacific Division rival. It's the Kings and the Vegas Golden Knights. Tonight at 7:30 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
No one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by Premier Physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text EQUAL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text EQUAL to 321-321. That's EQUAL to 321-321.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
Okay, this is definitely a mistake. Some sort of typo, some sort of mistake.
Okay.
I sent out invitations to my 60th birthday party today.
Right. Yep, I got mine.
You know who RSVP'd? Yes. Michael Thompson.
Yeah, no way.
Now,
zero chance.
Why?
He'll be here tomorrow.
But here's the thing: why would he RSVP yes?
He doesn't know how to RSVP no.
There's a yes and there's a no.
Yeah, he does. He's technologically challenged.
So you see a yes and you see a no, and it's no, and you accidentally hit the yes button.
You know who will go is Pepe, I bet.
Oh, I think Pepe will be there. Sure.
Is he invited?
I think Pepe made the list. I think so. I still want to get
invite him. He's good at parties.
Oh my God!
I still want to get Pepe on the Zamboni at the Kings game.
Yeah,
it would be so.
And people would actually wave back at him.
Everybody waves.
Now, Greg, I'm racking my brain. Do you know what Mason and Shohei Otani have in common? I don't.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Brian, do you know?
They both got dogs.
Oh,
that
hey,
is true.
That's about it.
That is
true.
Right. No, it's not their athletic ability.
There's a video circulating right now. No, it's not. There's a video, but we do drive similarly. There is a video floating around.
Oh, he's a bad driver.
Of Shohei Otani trying to parallel park, and it is hilarious.
Hey,
did you see it, Brian?
Yeah,
it's
very
very funny.
Let me ask you a question though. How old's your Hyundai?
A year.
Doesn't it have automatic parallel parking?
No.
It does.
It
Are
doesn't.
you sure?
No.
Mine does.
I don't know that mine
My
does.
Cadillac does, but I never use it.
Do you trust it?
No.
See, I would not be able to trust it.
But as you know, I don't trust technology. I won't get in a Waymo.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mine, I don't know. It could have parallel parking, but I have
send a text to John Patterson and ask him if your particular car has automatic parallel parking.
I will.
Because I think you might.
Okay.
I think you might have it.
So there's video. Shohei does not have automatic parallel parking.
Yeah, you would think he could do whatever or like Shohei, you would think would have a driver.
He does a little bit of that back and forth and back and try it again and angle in and then angle out and
like
oh my
Austin
God,
Powers.
I hit the curb and then by the way, I'm describing my own experience parallel parking there. So, and famously, I hit my own car. You guys kind of screwed up. I was going to drive the Zamboni.
How did you hit your own car?
Parallel parking.
Well, I don't understand.
So my car's here, or Juan's car's there.
Yeah.
And I'm alongside it, and I start backing up to parallel park. I take his mirror off.
Oh no, Mace!
I took his mirror right off his car.
Well, I can't call you names or laugh at you or anything. I was backing Lisa's car out about a year ago of my own garage,
right.
And I didn't bring her mirrors in and took the mirror off. True story, by the way. So I take the mirror.
I know where you're going.
And
because we've been there.
Okay, and I call the dealer, who's a great guy, and I go, what am I looking at? I go, it's just the plastic casing around the mirror. And he goes, let me look it up. I'll get back to you. He goes, $1,100.
Yep. It's about right.
I went, let me take a picture of it and send it to you. And so I did. And he calls me back, and he goes, I can't believe I'm going to tell you this, but if you go on eBay, you can buy that part for $10.
Really?
So I went on eBay. I bought the part for $10, the casing for the mirror. I took it to the car wash, and I said to the guy, you know how to put this on? He goes, yeah. Gave him $10, and the whole thing cost me $20. Took him 2 minutes.
Sadly, I think we paid the full $1,100 for that mirror.
So, but no, the advice is if you ever need a specific part, and all
Buy
you need
the
is
part.
All you need is the part. Like, you can't need body work. Although Beto's got a guy that will do body work for a really good price.
Oh, Beto's got a guy for everything.
Right, but if you just need a part, especially if you have a foreign car, like a Mercedes or a BMW or a Hyundai, go online.
Yeah,
and
smarter,
and you could save tons of money.
Yeah, smarter. All right.
So did you track down Cappy?
I did, and he's ready to play.
Okay, so it's my game today. I think Mason's the favorite, but it's multiple choice, so any of you could win.
Okay,
and it's worth 2.
We will do game
Greg,
of games.
Do you have any this month?
Yes, I have 2.
All right,
so
you
I'm
can take the
right
lead
into it. Yes.
if you win.
And by the way, I just tweeted out Shohei Otani attempting to parallel park. So if you want to check that out, at Venice Mace. By the way, O'Shea is trending right now.
Because it's his birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Celebrating his birthday. It was
Happy
acknowledged by
birthday,
numerous
Shay.
fans, expressed their admiration, blah, blah, blah. Talked about his wrestling podcast. He's got a wrestling podcast on Rich Eisen's network and doing really well. So,
Are we the only people that don't have a podcast network?
We should start a podcast
Colin
network.
has one. Rich Eisen has one. You have a
put that on the list. I
podcast.
have
You
a
just don't have a
podcast.
network.
Yeah, I'm building a network. I'm just starting.
All right, I'll do a
with
podcast
one.
for you.
Okay,
what do you
good.
want it to be about?
I want you to do a podcast about Bravo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Will Juan do it with me?
He absolutely would.
Done.
That's so.
You have time for a podcast?
With Juan, I would do it.
No.
And
I think you should
Could
totally
you
do it.
Imagine how funny that would be.
Make it the Steve Mason
By the
Podcast
way,
Network.
No, what we would do on the Steve Mason Podcast Network is Juan and I would bring Mason and then ask him questions about what happens and tell him, say, Mace, did this happen or not?
Yeah.
Because some of the stuff
And
is
chances
so
are
ridiculous.
the ridiculous stuff probably did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. It is time. It's game time. Are you ready to...
Chumba.
At Chumba Casino, the action never stops. Play online social casino games anytime, anywhere for free. No purchase is necessary. Your playbook is stacked. Think bingo, solitaire, slots, and so much more. With hundreds of games, you will never run out of action. Here's the kicker. They're dropping fresh games every single week. It's like a highlight reel of fun ready for you to tackle. Plus, free daily login bonuses and a sweet welcome bonus when you join. That's what I call fun. Play for free. Take your shot. You could redeem some awesome prizes. What are you waiting for? The clock is ticking. The game is on. Suit up and take your shot with
Chumba.
Head to ChumbaCasino.com. Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply. Mason and Ireland, 710 ES.
Are you the greatest Laker fan of all time? Enter to win, and you could be named the Lakers GOAT. That's right, GOAT. The winner will receive the ultimate fan package, including courtside seats, exclusive experiences, Lakers swag, and BB Go for a year. For all the contest information, visit LakersGFOAT.com.
10 ESPN.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Did you know Goodwill Southern California is more than just amazing thrift finds? They're transforming lives with job training, career placement, and support services for veterans, youth, and individuals overcoming barriers to employment. Every donation and purchase fuels these life-changing programs. For more on how you can help, go to powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. That's powerofwork.goodwillsocal.org. Brought to you by GSC Verizon Skill Forward.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads, race car bobbleheads, little chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. We ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI.
With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time. It is John Ireland's game today. Of course, it's all brought to you by Jacob Emrani. John, what do we got going?
Okay.
Oh, we have
first of all, we
Cappy
got to
on the line,
welcome
yeah.
Scott Kaplan to the show.
Cappy!
Hi, Cap.
Hey, everybody. I'm here today because I want to be a Game of Games monthly winner,
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
never
in
have
contention.
been. You have the lead. You're tied with Steve Mason at 3. And Cap, this one's worth 2. The last 5 days of the month are always worth 2. So if Greg wins, Greg Bergman, Greg takes the lead because he has 2.
Yes.
So how many does Brian have?
Brian has 1.
All right, and I have 1. So,
I'm in it.
but I can't win today. All right. So earlier in the show, we talked about the fact Mason and I love Saturday Night Live, and they had a huge. It's going back to live shows this weekend. Shane Gillis is going to host. Tate McRae is going to be the musical guest. So here's how this game's going to work. I'm going to give you guys a list of 3 names. 2 of the 3 have hosted Saturday Night Live, and 1 of them has not.
Okay.
You need to tell me the name of the person who has not ever hosted SNL.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
here
this
we
is
go.
going to favor Mason and Cappy. Cappy says he's watched every single one.
Okay, let's see. Number 1, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Shaquille O'Neal. Brian, Jordan, Gretzky, Shaq. Which one of those guys has never hosted SNL?
I'm going to take Shaq.
Okay, Greg. Michael Jordan,
yeah.
Wayne Gretzky, Shaq.
I'm going to go Jordan.
Okay, Mace.
I'm going to go Shaq.
Cappy.
I think I'm going to go Gretzky.
The answer is Shaquille O'Neal. He has
dang.
never
Yeah.
hosted SNL. They've imitated him a
Yes,
lot.
yes.
But he
would
never
fit
has.
so well.
Gretzky
Yeah, he would
and
have been
Jordan
perfect.
both did it. Okay, here's number 2. Greg, this one coming to you. Kanye West, Drake, Chance the Rapper. Kanye, Drake, Chance the Rapper.
They were a host, not a musical act.
Correct.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
by the way, all 3 of those have been musical guests,
Yes,
but only
that's
2
why.
of
Okay.
the 3 have hosted. Who has not hosted in that group? Kanye, Drake, or Chance the Rapper?
The answer is always Kanye.
Mace.
I think the answer is Kanye.
Cappy.
I'm going to go Chance the Rapper.
Brian.
Kanye.
It is Kanye. He's too crazy to host.
And it is always Kanye.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Brian 2, Mace 2, Greg 1, Cap yet to scratch.
That's all right. I need me to win, or I need
Mace,
Brian to
this
win.
one coming to you.
All right, ready.
Matt LeBlanc, David Schwimmer, Matthew Perry. the 3 male cast members of Friends. 2 of them have hosted, 1 has not. Matt LeBlanc, David Schwimmer, Matthew Perry, Mace, who has never hosted SNL.
The worst friend, who is David Schwimmer.
Okay, Cap.
I'm going to go with LeBlanc.
Brian.
Matthew Perry.
Greg.
Yeah, I'm going Perry, too, because he's on Studio 60.
Scott Kaplan is on the board.
Oh.
The answer is Matt LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
Schwimmer and Perry have both hosted.
The worst friend hosted.
So now it's tight. Brian and Mace 2. Greg and Cappy 1. Mace, this one, or no, Cappy, this one coming to you.
All right, here we go.
Freddie Prinze, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Meryl Streep. Freddie Prinze, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Meryl Streep. Cap, which one has never hosted?
I'm going to go with Freddie.
Okay. Brian.
Freddie Prinze.
Greg.
I don't know why you put Meryl Streep in there. Like the other two go together. I'm going to say Streep.
I'm going Meryl Streep.
You guys are right. It is Meryl Streep.
Wow.
She was in the 50th anniversary show, but she has never hosted.
And Freddie
by the way,
Prinze-
she did the skit with Kate McKinnon about the aliens.
Oh, that's right.
that was good.
She was so funny in that.
But you
Yeah.
know, Mace, you have the lead.
What's the score?
Mason 3, Brian and Greg 2, Cappy 1. But we got several more left, Cap. Here we go. Brian, back to you. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Deion Sanders. Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Deion Sanders. One of them has never hosted. The other 2 have. Who has never hosted, Brian?
I'm going to go Deion.
Okay, Greg.
So I think we had this question somewhere at one point. Deion.
Okay, Mace.
You know, I think it is Deion.
Cappy.
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to go with Bill Russell.
Oh, Cap.
Yeah,
You were
Bill
so
Russell
close.
did host.
It was Kareem.
Oh, it was Kareem.
Really?
Has never hosted.
Oh,
Russell
wow.
and Deion have both hosted. Okay.
Russell was the first athlete, I think, to ever host SNL.
Yeah, well, in the first season, like
Yeah.
the 3rd episode or something.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
All right, Greg, this one to you. Let me see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left. So there's plenty left.
Good, good.
All right, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Hefner, O.J. Simpson, Burt Reynolds. Hugh Hefner, O.J. Simpson, Burt Reynolds. 2 of the 3 have hosted. Which one has
Hugh Hefner,
not?
O.J. Simpson, Burt Reynolds. Let's go with Burt Reynolds.
Okay, Mace.
This is tough.
Hugh Hefner, O.J. Simpson, Burt Reynolds. Which one has never hosted SNL?
I'm going to take a shot with OJ.
Okay. Cappy.
I kind of feel the same way Mace does. I'm going to take that shot. I'm going to go with the juice.
Okay, Brian.
OJ.
Greg Bergman.
Yes,
Oh.
I figured because
The answer
they
is
always
Burt
make fun of
Reynolds.
him.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
right.
Yeah.
Well, they always made fun of
All
OJ.
right,
too.
Greg.
Norm
Greg
Macdonald
has
especially.
tied Mace for the lead.
Okay.
Greg 3,
Here we go.
Mace 3, Brian 2, Cappy 1. All right, Greg, you went first that time,
I
right?
did.
All right, Mace, this one coming to you.
All right.
This one's hard.
They all
They've
are.
all been hard.
Right.
Okay. Because you can see all 3 of these guys hosting.
Yep.
But one has not. John Madden, Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady. John Madden, Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady, Mace. Which one has never hosted?
Bradshaw, Madden. I am going to say Bradshaw.
Okay. Cappy.
I'm going to take a shot here on Madden.
Brian.
I'll take Tom Brady.
Greg.
I think Bradshaw. I'm going to go Madden.
The answer is Terry Bradshaw.
Oh,
and
no.
Mason has the lead.
Wow. Yes.
All right, so I'll make now that
Shoot.
we have 1, 2, 3 left, I'll make Mace go first.
Okay.
Here we go. Mace.
Yep.
Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Don Cheadle.
Ooh.
Brad Pitt, George Clooney, Don Cheadle. Which one has never hosted?
Surprised any of those haven't.
I'm going to go Cheadle.
Okay. Cappy.
I'm going to go Pitt.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
going to tell you, you got to go different than
Yeah.
Mace.
Yeah, I'm going Pitt.
Okay, Brian.
Clooney.
Greg.
I'm going to go with Mace on Cheadle.
Scott Kaplan gets the point.
Yeah,
It is
live.
Brad Pitt. He's been in skits, never hosted.
Wow. Okay.
All right. This one,
I was playing.
Mace, you still have the lead.
Okay.
So you can
Hanging
go
on.
first.
Hanging on. Running the closer.
This is in honor of Pepe. So you know what's coming.
Old-time actresses.
Yes. Mace.
Yep.
Diane Cannon, Goldie Hawn, Raquel Welch. Diane Cannon, Goldie Hawn, Raquel Welch. Which one has never hosted SNL?
I'm going to say Diane Cannon.
Cap, you have to go with one of the other two, Goldie Hawn or Raquel Welch.
I'll go with Goldie Hawn.
Brian.
Goldie Hawn.
Greg.
Do I make a move here?
You're one back. Diane Cannon, Goldie Hawn, Raquel Welch. Mace guessed Diane Cannon.
I'm going to say Raquel Welch.
The answer is Goldie Hawn.
Oh!
And it's tight now.
Wow.
Yeah. Mason 4, everyone else 3.
Nice.
Okay. This is the last one. Mace?
Yep. I got to go opposite Mace.
Sean Penn, Sting, Denzel Washington. Sean Penn, Sting, Denzel Washington. Mace, if you get this right, you'll win it.
Narrowed it to 2. I will say Denzel.
Cappy.
Sean Penn, yes. Denzel was my answer. Who's the third one?
Sting.
Yeah, I'll take Sting.
Okay, Brian.
Sting.
Greg.
Yeah, I thought it was Denzel also. I'm going to go Sting.
It is Denzel,
Yeah.
and Mason has the lead for the month. Now,
I own this month.
We can get you tomorrow, though, because your game is tomorrow.
That's right.
All right, let's do the tiebreaker just for fun. Alec Baldwin has hosted SNL more than any other person. How many times has he hosted the show? Closest wins, and you can go over. Brian, give me a number.
7.
Greg?
I think it's 11.
Okay, Mace?
I think it's 10.
Cappy?
12.
The winner is Cap. The answer is 17.
17?
Yeah, he's hosted more than any other person.
Yeah.
17 times.
And he's probably appeared 50,
Well, because
60
he remember he
times.
did Trump
He
for
did
like
Trump.
2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. Wow.
Until they found James Austin Johnson, who does like a perfect Trump.
So he's probably hosted more than any single.
Correct.
Right. 17 times. My
Yeah.
God.
Amazing.
Out of like 390,
Yeah.
he's hosted 17 of them.
So, Game of Games is brought to you by friend Jacob and Ronnie. Remember, if you're involved in any kind of accident, you got to have a fighter. You got to have a guy that's been doing this for 30 years in this town. That is Jacob. When you need a big win, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB.
While we have a second, before we break, Cap, I saw the picture of you and Rachel at the Sphere, which, as you know, is my favorite concert venue of all time, to see the Eagles. You also went, I believe, with Rachel to see U2. Am I right about that?
That is correct. You got
all right.
that right.
Which show did you enjoy more?
It's not even close. It is not even close.
Really?
That surprised me because the Sphere is kind of the star of the show.
Yeah, it is.
But who is it? Who is it?
Eagles.
Really?
Why?
So I will admit that seeing U2 at the Sphere was awesome, especially since they were the opening act, right?
Yep.
I mean, in other words, they were the first ones in the Sphere.
Sure.
I had never seen U2, and I've been a U2 fan since I'm, like 13 years old, but I'd never seen them. And yet I feel like I have a very good grasp on U2's catalog of music. But the fact of the matter is, if they played 20 songs, I probably know like the words to, let's say, 10 of them. And then there were 10 of them I'm like, I kind of know them, but I don't know.
Yeah.
With the
Eagles, you knew them all.
Every song to every word.
Yeah.
Well, what's interesting is
every word
you
to
two
every
made
song.
a conscious choice that I was surprised by. They played sides 1 and 2 of Achtung Baby, and then added 5 or 6 more hits.
Yeah.
But the Eagles, you say, just played all their hits.
The Eagles played every single song that you would want to hear.
Is Vince Gill still part of that, or Deacon Fry, or
so both?
Okay.
And John, since you've brought up the name Deacon Fry, when we return, can I tell you the story of how I got these tickets?
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Coming up next, the Deacon Fry story.
He got hay-kinged.
Yeah. Let's do some super crosstalk next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
What's up, Laker fans? This is Andy Kamenetsky. Be sure to check out Lakers Talk tonight, 6 to 7 p.m. Saturday night, the Lakers took down the Nuggets in Denver. Luka Doncic looked like a superstar, and the defense took Nikola Jokic completely out of the game. Can Luka go supernova again tomorrow night against a Dallas Mavericks team that traded him out of nowhere, and his message that he's too fat and lazy for a Supermax? I guarantee he's going to try. That's all coming up on Lakers Talk, 6 to 7 p.m. ESPN LA 710.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
The CONCACAF Nations League finals arrive at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, March 20th to 23rd. USA versus Panama, followed by Canada versus Mexico. The dream is now. Don't miss the Final Four national teams in the semifinals doubleheader. 1 ticket, 2 matchups. Get your tickets now on Ticketmaster. For more information, visit CONCACAFNationsLeague.com/tickets.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins. Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There you go. Cappy's in the house. Do we have George yet? No, not yet. He will join us coming up here. So, Cappy, I just got your text. You say, got your birthday invite. Thank you. Replied that Rachel and I are coming. I made an assumption that she was invited, although the invite didn't say me and Mrs. or +1. My assumption was...
So, how do you feel about +1s?
I'm all for +1. I'm just assuming there's a +1.
Okay.
My assumption was based on Juan liking Rachel more than Scott, which is true.
Right.
He wants Rachel there.
Right. That's why I just made that assumption that
Yeah.
Juan would invite
All right,
Rachel.
so Cap, how did you get tickets to see the Eagles at the Sphere?
All right, so true story, guys, and I'm telling you right now. Well, here I'll tell the story real quick, and then I'll tell you my emotions about it afterwards. So about 2 weeks ago, George was off the air for a day. I don't remember where he was going to a game, and Andy Kamenetsky was in. And Lindsay had something about the Eagles. I don't exactly remember what. I made a mention that I was going to Vegas, and I really, really, really wanted to see the Eagles, but I can't get myself to spend the kind of money that it requires, you know?
Right.
Anyway, I wound up getting a DM from a guy, and I'm like, oh, and the guy was like, hey, man, if you want to go see the Eagles, you're my guest. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I look at the name, Deacon Fry, and I go, Deacon Fry? This has got to be Glenn Fry's son. No freaking way.
Yeah, he's been playing with the Eagles since Glenn died.
Let me tell you something. Deacon Fry, just so you guys know, because I'm based on your face right now, John, you don't know this. Deacon Fry is a daily, avid 710 listener.
Wow. I never knew that, and I've been a fan of his ever since he joined the band.
Wow, that is
wait,
so cool.
Wait, it gets better.
All right.
Deacon told me that he grew up on 710, that his father, Glenn Fry, who I adore, like I was a monster Glenn Fry fan. Like when I think of the Eagles, I think of Glenn Fry before I think of Don Henley, even though they're equals, you know? Deacon told me that he grew up on 710, that every single day he is a Mason and Ireland listener and a Sedano and Cap listener. And by the way, I'm sure he's turning into a Travis and DeMarco.
I'm sure he is.
But I'm just here to tell you guys that he's a huge Laker fan. He's going to be on the show with us on Thursday.
Nice.
And then we're going to go to the Laker game.
Oh, fantastic.
Beautiful.
And you guys don't understand. I was like so...
Okay, so Cap, do me a favor. Bring him by the broadcast position so I can meet him.
I will, for sure. You don't even understand. Like, I was so flattered. Like, because, come on, guys, you never know who's out there listening, and
True.
I always say everybody's listening.
You always say everybody is.
You never know, like, what superstars and what celebrities are out there listening, right?
Yep.
And here's a young guy who grew up on 710 and listens every single day.
That is so cool.
And when I tell you that I was so, like, lucky to be in his suite with all of his friends and his family. Like, this one family had come from Hawaii. He kind of grew up around this family. There were, like, one person was like a chef to his dad from way back when. So I was in this suite with these folks, and it was, I know this is going to sound super corny, John, but I think you'll appreciate where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Getting the tickets from Deacon, watching him on stage performing his dad's songs with all of his dad's guys, right? I'm telling you, it was emotional. Like it was literally an emotional experience knowing that he's a fan of the station and a fan of the shows and that he'd gotten me these tickets and that I was amongst his friends and family and they were all like so proud, losing their minds. The only problem I have one small problem.
Okay.
I shot video of every single song.
Yeah.
But you know what the problem
is?
is?
You watching it now?
I did a lot of that when I went to the
But
Sphere.
you want to know what the problem is?
What?
Is that if I sat here and I said, Mace, I got to show you this video. You got to see this video. You'll only hear me singing.
Oh, really?
Well, because everybody sings along.
What's your favorite? What was the big song? What was the big number there?
So I put this on I put this on social media. That was the first encore song, George. I put this on social media. You ever seen like a bunch of little girls at a Taylor Swift concert and they're all hysterical crying?
I actually saw them in person. Yes.
but they're all like hysterical crying.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I've never been to a concert and cried. Okay? When Deacon sang Peaceful, Easy Feeling, which is a very, very important song to me. Like, for my whole life, it's one of my absolute top 5 favorite songs of all time. To watch Deacon Fry sing Peaceful, Easy Feeling, I'm not saying like I was a little schoolgirl hysterical crying, but I was like balling up.
If Mason asked me one time, what's the best opening lyric to a song ever? And I ended up picking Simon and Garfunkel Kodachrome, which was, if I look back at all the crap I learned in high school, it's a wonder I learned anything at all.
Right.
But Peaceful, Easy Feeling, I like the way sparkling earrings lay against your skin so brown. Is
I want to be with you in the desert tonight with a billion stars all
it's
around.
just such a great opening lyric.
By the way, don't sleep on a dark desert highway.
Well,
cool wind in the air.
Yeah. They opened with.
Did they?
Hotel California.
Oh, that is so cool.
The visuals are incredible.
Cappy, now that you have this relationship with Deacon, and I know you're an Eagles fan, you have to find the history of the Eagles documentary.
Okay.
I'm in Milwaukee working a game. This is maybe 15 years ago. And it's midnight and I can't fall asleep. And it comes on. Showtime. And I start watching. And by the end of it, Cap, I went to bed at 4:40 in the morning. It's 2 parts. So it's long. It's like 2 hours part 1, 2 hours part 2. I was sitting straight up on the bed, staring at the TV in amazement at how good it was. They made a deal with each other that if we're going to do one of these, behind the music documentaries, nobody is going to BS. Everybody tell the truth or you're out of the documentary.
Wow.
Like, for example, Don Felder and Glenn Frey hated each other.
Right.
And they talk about why they hated each other. There's all this incredible behind-the-scenes music, including the story of how they wrote Take It Easy, which is I'm going to screw it up, but it's something along the lines of Don Henley and Glenn Frey lived together in Silver Lake. They met at an audition, and they got hired to be in the band for Linda Ronstadt.
Right.
So Henley was the drummer, and Frey was the guitar player. And they're in Silver Lake, and they hear this guy upstairs working on a song. And he keeps playing the same chords all the time. I'm running down the road, try to loosen my load. And and he can't get it.
Yep.
Can't get it. And Fry just goes, I can't take it anymore. Goes upstairs, knocks on the door, goes, running down the road, try to loosen my load. You got 7 women on your mind. 4 that want to hold you, 2 that want to scold you. 1 says she's a friend of mine. And the guy sticks out his hand and goes, that's unbelievable. I'm Jackson Brown.
Oh,
Jackson,
no way.
Jackson
That's
Brown
crazy.
and J.D. Souther lived upstairs from Don Henley and Glenn Fry.
What are the odds,
And Cap, you'll learn about 100 different things about the Eagles. For example, Glenn Fry's from Detroit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So he's a guitar prodigy, and he's playing in bands around Detroit.
Yep.
So one night, he's playing with his band, a bunch of high school kids, and Bob Seger goes into the club. And Bob Seger walks up to him after the show. He goes, hey, man, I'm going on tour this summer, and I need a guitar player. You want to do it?
Whoa.
And Glenn Fry goes, well, I got to ask my parents. I still live at home.
Wow.
I'm in high school. And he goes, well, ask your parents. So Glenn Fry goes home and tells his mom and dad what happened, and they go, oh, my gosh, of course, yeah, go do it. 2 weeks later, he gets caught smoking weed in the basement, and his mom says, because of that, you can't go.
Oh, no way.
And Glenn said, screw you, Mom, I'm moving out.
Wow.
And he moves to California and meets Don Henley.
Wow. Crazy.
Whoa. But he never got to go with Seger.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And it's so good.
Who's streaming it?
Just Google History of the Eagles and see
Yeah.
what comes up.
Okay.
But where you can find it. It's the best music documentary I've ever. And by the way, here's another story from that. Linda Ronstadt is a huge star at the time. She's dating Jerry Brown.
Oh, yeah, Jerry Brown, the governor
of California. And she's like the biggest star biggest female in music. She's huge. And Fry and Henley say, we should start our own band. And they can't figure out a way to tell Linda because she's been so good to them. And finally they get up the courage and they walk into her dressing room and they say, Linda, you've been great to us, but we really want to start our own band and we're going to leave in 2 months. And Linda looks at him and goes, you idiots. I've been waiting to come to me for 2 months. Get your band together. You can open for me. I was wondering why you guys weren't in your own band. I don't understand what took you so long. And they were like blown away by her generosity.
Wow.
And so, I can't remember if she gave it to him or they gave it to her, but because they're a mutual admiration society, one gave the other one Desperado.
Oh,
and
wow.
they both recorded it and both turned it into a hit.
Oh, wow. And by the way, when they sang Desperado, oh, man, it was amazing. It was truly incredible.
Visuals are probably crazy, right?
And I'll tell you another one that really got me, John, that really made me like, I know it sounds corny, dude. I admit it does. But when they sang Tequila Sunrise,
so good.
The video, like it's exactly what you would think. Like you're out in the middle of the desert and the sun is just barely rising over the mountains. They nailed everything so good. Like trying to remember the song. Every form of refuge has its price.
Isn't that Peaceful, Easy Feeling?
No. It's the one where the woman is leaving. She's a young girl. She's leaving the rich guy to go across town to go be with her boyfriend. Lion Eyes. Yeah. When they sang Lion Eyes, they put up the visuals. They told the story visually of the song that you know every word to, It was just, I really thought that they crushed it. And I think that U2, by the way, U2 did a great job of setting the tone to make everybody go, well, I saw what they did. Let's take it up even another notch. They were the guinea pigs,
So one of the coolest nights of my life was there used to be a Lakers season ticket holder named Joe Smith. He was a music executive, just a great guy that sat on the baseline at the Forum for every Laker game. And he became friends with John Black, the Laker PR director.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So John used to set up something he called the Masters of the Universe dinner. We would have have it at a rich guy's house.
Yep.
And one year we had it at Steve Jackson's house. He's the guy that has the court that looks exactly like Staples Center or Crypto now. And Steve's a great guy, invented LA Gear. And we walk out on the court, and they've set up probably 50 people, tables of 8. And Michael and I go to our table, and we sit down, and there's a seat in between the two of us. And Glenn Fry walks in and sits down at the table. And we get to pick Glenn Fry's brain for 2 hours.
Wow.
Having dinner. And I looked across the table, and I kept looking at this guy. I go, you look familiar. Where have I seen you? And he goes, have you seen the movie Moneyball? And I go, yeah. He goes, I played the owner of the A's. I go, so you're an actor? He goes, no. I'm the president of Activision, who owns Call of Duty, and Brad Pitt does all my commercials in Japan. He won't let us air the commercials in the United States. But he was Bobby Kotick, and we ended up picking his brain for an hour. And Soonchong was at our table. It was like,
oh, wow. Yeah, that's a power table.
What year was that, John? Do you recall?
Probably 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Joe has since passed away, but was just a great guy, and then we lost Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn probably died not long after, in 2016. But just to see his son, and he's such a young guy. I think he's 31 years old. And I
don't know if he did it this, Cappy, when I went and saw the Eagles at the Forum, Deacon is so appreciative that these guys have let him into the band.
Yeah.
And he sang a song, and he goes, I just want to say, he goes, obviously, this is these guys' show, but for them to welcome me, and the way Henley introduced him was killer. He goes, I'm sure he still does this. Henley goes, as you know, if you're a fan of the Eagles, we lost a brother in Glenn Fry, but we gained a son. And he introduces Deacon, and Deacon comes out and kind of sheepishly waves and then plays to the crowd, and he's great.
But I got to dig into Deacon when I get him this week with George and I about like how he gets into, and it's not, look, it's obvious, right? He's Glenn's son, so it makes sense that the band might say, hey, we want to have you in the band. But he's got brothers, number one. Maybe they don't play guitar. Maybe they don't sing. I don't know. But I got to also know, like, was Deacon planning on a career in music? Was he...
Or did the music pick him?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I have so many questions for him.
Yeah.
Let me
throw one question at Sedano before we get out of here. So, George, I started the show today by saying that what I realized Saturday night in Denver was that the Laker players and coaches are being fueled by every talking head saying they can't win it this year, by Kendrick Perkins saying they can't do it, by Brian Windhorst saying he's giving them a pass, this isn't their year, by Tim Legler and Tim Bontemps and everybody on our air saying, Lakers are a year away. And they're like, really? We'll show you. Now, no matter what we think as so-called analysts, they believe that they can shock the world. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think it's all that crazy. I mean, they're like, I want to say top 4 or 5 in the betting odds. I think that also, if you look at most people's
they're a game out of third
power rankings.
I've seen them as high as number 4 in the power rankings.
So I don't think it's that crazy. Things would have, again, a lot of it is matchup dependent, I think.
Oh, and Oklahoma City is really, really good.
I've had them.
You had them last night
3 times in the last 3 weeks, and they are.
And by the way, last night they blew a 20-point lead, and you still never thought they were losing.
It's there. I will say this, and I'll talk more about this later during our show. But here's what I'll say about them, John. And I think everyone here has covered sports for a long time, so it's rare that you see a team that young. Their average age of their entire team is 24 years old.
They're the second youngest team in the NBA.
Right?
Wow.
No, the youngest now again.
Are they?
Yeah.
With all the trade deadline stuff.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's right, because they cut Gordon Hayward, so it brought the age down. Yeah.
So they are like super precise in what they do. There is not a wasted movement on what they do on the floor or what they do in practice or when you listen to them speak. Like, they are as focused a young group as I've ever seen in any sport. And it's pretty wild to see. Now, I think
there's a chance they're the best offensive and the best defensive team in the West right now.
They've been that since January 1st.
And Cleveland is like a mirror image of them. The NBA would hate OKC Cleveland.
Cleveland!
It's too small
This is
markets,
for you!
But that would be a hell of a series.
Yeah, it would be. I do think that they're probably – here's the thing about matchup dependent. I think that they can be had. There are teams in the West that can beat OKC. But I think OKC has the best chance of beating Boston based on the way they play defense. So, like, I think it'll be kind of like a weird, fun playoffs that way because I don't know if we know who's going to come out. I think Boston's – I feel pretty confident Boston's going to win the East, but it wouldn't stun me if they didn't.
By the way, I don't agree with you. I think Cleveland's going to win the East. I've seen Cleveland play twice. Joe
Mazzulla's really good.
Yeah, a lot will depend on injuries.
Yeah.
But Cleveland is loaded. And by the way, Evan Mobley's coming.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
coming.
He needs to be their best player for them to win a championship.
Yeah.
And I think
and
he's
Donovan
starting
Mitchell
to take
is right now.